on. Capture is not cooperating today. I have restarted like so many times. My mouth is so messed up and I'm not blinking properly. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. That is why I was late. Trying to get that to work. Like, look at this shit. Mouth is barely moving, and it just looks down instead of blinking. I'm not doing anything differently. There's nothing wrong with my camera. I don't know what's wrong with it. Give me a minute to figure this out. Okay, I think it's working better now. Yeah, that's way better. Still not perfect. I wiped off the lens, and I think there was something fucked up there. Hello, Quilla. Sorry I made you wait. Magical Miracle Girl Usami. Or Monami, whichever. Ah, that's weird. I thought stage 6 should have opened.
Danganronpa.
Let me double check what I have to do to get that. Da-da-da. Get to there. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't want AI mode. Damn it, let me pause. Okay, I see people saying just beat stage 5, but I thought I did. Yeah, apparently it didn't maintain that I'd done that. Weird, I thought I did do stage 5. Damn it, fuck. That's fine, we can redo. Got all the time in the world. This does give me a hankering to play Pokemon Ranger. It's all the Pokemon, like, spin-off games that I really got into. Even more so than the main ones, honestly. Mystery Dungeon, Ranger, Conquest. Come on, you. God. Oh my god. It's up against the wall, so I can't do anything to it. Can't even jump on its head? Oh my god, that is stupid game design. They shouldn't go to the corner of the screen where they're invulnerable. If they do, they shouldn't be allowed to stay there. I thought for sure I had beaten this stage. Damn it. There's that many of them dropping bombs you can't even approach. The gold. Another one went to the edge of the screen. I just have to wait and hope. Hey, you. Whoop. Come on. Come on, I'm over here. There you go. Really dumb that they can do that. All of them, like, swiped out of there, really. Oh, come on, how did that not count? Come on, I swear sometimes it is intentionally stopping it way less than my range is supposed to be. Just to fuck with me, specifically. Got you. Right, other Moai penis. That's what they are, we can't deny it at all. What? You lived through that? Oh, come on. Barely. Fine. Oh, come the fuck on. There, all of them can die, except those two didn't die. This is the game from the meme. It's the game from a meme. It's not... Technically, the two games I've seen memes of are the first one and the spin-off. I don't think I've seen any memes of number 2. And definitely not of this little mini-game. I will still play the spin-off, though. I liked the game. I also understand that there's some, Okay, this is... getting crazy slowdown in this. What's going on here? OBS, are you feeling okay? Not asking you to do that much more than usual. Actually, in fact, I'm not asking you to do any more than usual. Why is my GPU slowing down so much? Jesus, OBS, what is happening here? Need the catalog of every single execution with a relatable caption with "Thick of it, but it's Thomas the Tank Engine" playing in the background. Ran out of execution, so they're starting to meme the cutscenes now. The executions in this game are... in all these games are... most of them are pretty gruesome. It is amazing to live to see a Danganronpa meme renaissance, even though it's just one specific meme. After this run, I might have to restart just to get OBS to chill the fuck out. This is eating up so much more GPU than it usually does. I'm not asking it to do anything weird. I'm getting intense amounts of slowdown on this just because I'm trying to keep up with it. Yeah. I am scared of more, I'll be honest, when there's a lot of people looking at Danganronpa, there's a lot of people not paying any attention to it, because it is a visual novel. And people don't read nowadays. God damn it. Don't mess with fans of anything, they don't read it. Give me that gold. He was invulnerable at first. Yep, got him. Raise Ember's Rod, and I got something else earlier. Usami! Used to be able to read, but unfortunately you can't anymore. It's the curse of Project Moon. Ah, dang. It is quite unfortunate. You started playing Limbus Company and bam, you're gone. Yeah, sure enough, secret unlocked. Despair Rod? Rod to have said to have been wielded by a child of despair. Plus goddamned everything. Well, let's do... Give me 1 second to see what's up. Alright, I did something, see if that helps. Yeah, it's tragic, really. Kim Ji-hoon wrote novels to flesh out the world building. Nobody but himself is able to read them. Okay. Ah, we're inside Hope's Peak, like from the final chapter. Woo, yep. Yep, and the mono beasts are sprinkled throughout. Though they seem to keep whatever their stats were the first time you got them. Speaking of stats, this Despair Rod has kitted me the fuck out. More time. Snake. Bastarding snake. Fuck it! I can't see shit! Snake is literally too big to fight when there's other shit on screen. There we go. Got Amelia Hairpin, whatever that is. Nice getting some equip drops. I haven't even touched hard mode yet. Yeah, I foresee people, on some level I see people coming back from their old Danganronpa phase and re-examining some of the things they did. But I equally see some people encountering it for the first time and demonizing everyone because they can't understand the difference between something bad happening on screen and encouraging something bad to happen. Yes, this person killed another person. No, we don't condone that they did that, but we can still accept that they're a person. I think the discourse, modern literacy that annoys me the most is deserving a redemption arc. What do you mean, deserve? If you're trying to redeem yourself, you deserve the attempt. That's how redemption works. You can argue whether or not they should be forgiven, but that's up to the people who forgive them. Bastards move too fast. Faster. Stealth scanties. Don't fully know what that means, not sure I want to. I have a lot of equipment for the next run. If I ever do another run. Maybe I'll try to do hard mode later. Horse is a weird one. It's a horse, of course, but it, like, has this weird, almost dodge mechanic. But not one it can really take advantage of, because it just gets hit anyways. Come on. Come the fuck on. These ones are probably the most annoying because of how much you have to jump on their head before you can do real damage. Come on. There we go. Got your ass. Alright, where's the other one go? There you are. Still call these things Moai penis heads. Nothing else to call them, frankly. Wave 9. Damn it. Damn it. Yes, I definitely fear new people getting into Danganronpa from 2x2 or from the meme. But I always fear any fandom I'm in getting more popular. Because any fandom that gets big is going to suck. Fucker. Okay, that's just an AoE you can't dodge at all. Still kill the bastard. Wave 11. Moai penis heads really just slow this whole thing down a ton. Right, Usumi has limited run stamina. How floaty the jumping is what makes this especially annoying. It is quite difficult to line these up. I remember when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. This is a very long time Kingdom Hearts fan. And anyone talking about it just sucked. Because there were so many people putting out the argument of, why don't I understand what's going on? It's like, this is like the 12th game in the series. If you didn't play any of the others except like the first two, of course you're not gonna understand what the hell's happening. They're like, well, I shouldn't have to. It's like, okay, the game does still explain everything that went on. It's just gonna be a lot of reading you're gonna have to do to make up for having not done it. But they don't just leave you high and dry. They're like, no, games should be written that you can understand them without playing the other parts. And I don't have to put in work to get them either. It's like, okay, you clearly aren't engaged in dealing with fiction at all, then. Big ol' swipe. And, oh! Oh, you got these drills coming out of the ground. He was not that tough, actually. Fuck you, Monokuma. The easiest part of his level is Monokuma himself. That's the thing about a lot of the bosses. Some of them just stand still and attack you, so you can kinda just run around them. Magical ending. Cleared all stages of Magical Miracle Girl Monomi. Games should be written so there's always a way to shove in an explanation for something that should be common knowledge for the characters involved, so the player doesn't have to interact with the rest of the universe. Thing is, they kinda had that in Kingdom Hearts 3. They're like, okay, because there's these extra, just basically extra reading material you could do. And there's stuff with way more defense, but no upgrades I got. The things are totally skippable. And because people don't want to read, they end up skipping. Danganronpa F. Another example of people don't want to read. Luckily, the more hardcore Danganronpa fans, like, if you know the story of 2, that means you had to actually play the game, which means you actually read. Danganronpa fanfiction is very prolific. It was one of the... On fanfiction.net, before everyone moved off of it, it was one of the top 10 most, like, written about games, so... Anyway, and we got all the bosses there. island mode.
Welcome to Dangan Island.
Huge panic at the heart-throbbing school trip. This is what was supposed to happen. English audio.
Hey!
Hey, can you hear me? Are you okay?
No.
You seem pretty out of it.
Kinda, yeah.
To be honest, I'm also... No, everyone else feels the same too. Since we suddenly got put in this weird situation. Hey, are you listening?
I don't understand. Why am I here? That's right, I was supposed to be at Hope's Peak Academy. All of a sudden, it was at a tropical island for some reason. Afterward, that's it. I remember now. There were 15 other students, and then... a mysterious, self-proclaimed rabbit mascot suddenly appeared. Squid Game? What? That's right, and I remember what that thing said. It said this was a school trip. That... camera's still fucking up, losing track of me when I moved slightly. That's weird. Because my memories are fuzzy right now. It seems I don't remember my talent. Since I don't know what the heck is going on, I began collecting these things called hope fragments. And then... Hey. Hajime! Huh?
Are you okay?
You know who I am, right? Yeah, you're Nagito, right?
I'm glad.
So relieved, I thought you forgot about me. Different UI.
How mean.
All digitally. Suddenly started staring into space, and no matter what I said, you wouldn't respond. Sorry, what happened to the others?
I see.
We need to hurry. Weird thing suddenly appeared on the monitor and told us to go to Jabberwock Park. Usumi and the others are already there. Wonder what's gonna happen this time. What's going on? Strange uneasiness filled us as we hurried over to Jabberwock Park. Once we arrived, we heard Usumi's scream echo throughout the area.
Hiya!
Where are you? Where are you hiding? Here he is.
Hey!
Where are you? Show yourself. By the way, I love, if you go back, it suddenly becomes obvious. Usumi does a bunch of times say, hey, hey. But then you look back and that's kind of Chiaki's catchphrase. Hey, hey. They're sisters. They're both AI made by the same person. Danganronpa's music getting more attention I will not be sad about. People will be rocking out to this game, I'm sure.
Why, hello there! Thank you all for waiting! Long time no see, guys!
Right. I am Monok. Whoa! There you are, cheerio! Oh, gee, she ain't even let him start.
Hiya!
Take this! Slap, 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 slap!
Ouch!
Hey, you! Don't interrupt me till I'm finished. No questions asked. What if Usumi just locked in? Or she was like, nope, not entertaining this, beating his ass now. Stop!
Disappear!
And now for the coup de grace. Usumi final splash spark.
Ta-da!
Love and justice always win in the end. Hell yeah. Wow, wow. What is with my camera? Is the USB loose or something? What the hell? It's not turning off or anything. It's just like losing track of me so easy. I can't believe I lost to Usumi. You're too noisy. Now that you've learned your lesson, don't ever interfere with this school trip again.
Yahoo!
Okay. So the black and white bear-looking thing hobbled away. There. Yeah.
What?
Hell was that just now?
starting to get pumped up.
What a heated battle. Just watching it got me pumped up. That was an epic performance. You're pretty good, Usami. Despite my looks, I'm your teacher. I'm supposed to protect everyone after all.
Let me ask.
That stick looks like some sort of exquisite blade. Do you intend to kill us with that now? Huh?
Could it be?
Or perhaps you intend to make us all kill each other on this uninhabited island.
I see.
Might be necessary for our survival. After all, food and water will eventually run scarce here.
Ooh,
That is definitely not going to happen! No!
no problem.
In some ways you'll need to survive here. Your lives aren't in any danger whatsoever.
I see.
Can you even call that survival?
What? Are you stupid?
Jeez, what are you guys talking about? There's no way killings are going to happen.
Awesome!
She's right! We're on a school trip on a tropical island, right? Should just make the most of it. As long as there's hope. I personally don't mind killing or being killed. Wow, Nagito, let loose a lot sooner this time around. Nagito, what are you?
For now.
It seems that as long as we don't do anything strange, we're not in any danger.
Right?
Also, we can leave this island as soon as we finish gathering the hope fragments, right?
Ta-da!
That's what I've been saying from the beginning. You're not in danger. Please stop assuming I want to kill you.
What?
I didn't think you were serious about that.
Come on.
What is this school trip anyway? What are you trying to make us accomplish on this island?
I shall explain.
I shall now announce it to everyone.
Hey!
While you all relax on this tropical paradise, you must get along and strengthen your bonds with each other. That's the main rule of this heart-throbbing school trip.
What did you say?
Heart-throbbing school trip? Spend these peaceful and relaxing days nourishing hope and lazing about, free from pain, free from suffering.
Love, love.
And so, this lovey-dovey, heart-throbbing school trip starts right now. Hell does that even mean? No way I can believe such a foolish... Love, love! Poor Ibuki. Huh?
All right!
Now that's decided, let's go swimming!
All right.
I expected something like this would happen, so I took the liberty of wearing my swimsuit under my clothes. Oh, what a coincidence, I did too!
Okay.
Yay! So did I. My loins are always ready to go. Wait, you guys, hold on.
Come on.
It's a race to the ocean. Please wait.
Engines revving.
Seriously? A white sandy beach. Crystal clear ocean. High school students enjoying themselves. This feels like a resort. No other way to describe it. I don't have to doubt this at all. So the curtain on our school trip has been raised. By the way, you remember when Byakuya didn't want to go swimming? I think we can reinterpret it as the imposter didn't want to take off their disguise. We know they are wearing like... So we actually know what the imposter looks like for real. They're wearing like a crazy realistic latex mask. They are that fat though, that's real. That's just the imposter's physique. It would be funny if it turned out the imposter was wearing a fat suit, and the real Byakuya had let himself go. But no one Byakuya is watching all this. They just pissed fucking wearing my face. Look, he was wearing it when he first went to the school. Like, you just gotta accept that they're gonna keep pretending to be you. Fucking... better reveal themselves soon. Huge panic at the heart-throbbing school trip? After we played to our heart's content, we listened to Usami and returned to the park once again.
I shall explain.
How everyone must spend your time on this long-awaited school trip.
You serious?
What does that mean? You just spend time playing around? So we're finally getting to the point. As I recall, you said we had to survive here. What does that mean?
That's right.
You have to survive. Everyone's goal is to collect all the hope fragments. So from this point on, everyone on this island will cooperate and live together for 50 days.
That's a super long time! That long?
Come on.
Who cares about the length? More importantly, what do you mean by cooperate?
Ta-da!
I mean the class goal.
Huh?
Class goal?
Got it?
In order to make everyone get along even more, I'll regularly ask you to work together to make things. Simply put, you guys will work together to create the item that I ask you for.
I don't want any trouble.
If we can't do it, are we going to get punished?
That's...
Don't be absurd. There's no penalty for failing to make the item. In fact, if you achieve your goal, I'll give you something nice.
Please, camera.
Alrighty.
Something's going on with my computer right now.
Let's try making an item now. First goal I need to make is...
Ta-da!
Flower pen. What's that?
hairpin made from pretty flowers. It's very lovely. Love, love. Please make one.
Say that, but what do we have to do?
You are right.
We do not have any sort of materials.
Got it?
Need to visit various areas of the island and gather the materials. No need to worry, I've already gathered the materials you need for your first goal.
Alrighties.
Let's try a practice session first.
I think it's just like the school mode in the first one. Tree vine, knife, glue. Is make a rope with this. Combine this with the rope, you'll be able to create a flower pin. Bring it when you're finished. Try not to get distracted. Make the rope, make the flower pin.
Yay!
I'll give you some tickets.
Trip tickets, yay.
Carefully explain how they work later, so make sure you don't throw them away. You understand how to do it now?
This is too easy.
I see.
It's not too difficult. We might be able to do this.
Nice work, everyone. Now then, please do your best to gather materials for next time.
Hey!
Even if you don't do it well at first, you'll get the hang of it with enough practice. Please don't overwork yourselves. It's also important you get rest if you get tired.
Got it?
Make sure you keep your rooms clean. If they get too dirty, you'll have to do something unpleasant.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Stop and clean them, like take the whole day to do it.
Main goal is to gather all the hope fragments. Please don't forget that.
Alrighties.
Here's your next class goal.
Ta-da!
The same thing. Gather materials, 5 days. Yeah, I know how this works. We have one more person on this stuff. Yeah, we need glue. These shall... Actually, get the cleaners working on cleaning. Well, we don't need this many. It is funny, Fuyuhiko's better at cleaning than gathering. Nekomaru is also weird on that. Okay, let's see how this goes. Got some stuff.
Hello. Got it?
Now, free time.
Make sure you gather all the hope fragments within 50 days.
Hey!
You think it's impossible? Please don't give up. Make sure to do something so you can definitely accomplish it one day. Don't worry. Talk to everyone a lot. Gradually collect all the hope
Hey!
fragments. Use one of the trip tickets so you can go somewhere and play. Shoot for a love outcome. Also won't be able to gather hope fragments, so be careful. Achieve the class goal, I'll give you these trip tickets, okay?
Alrighties.
Yeah. Terribly sorry, do you have a second? As Usumi has explained just now, you can spend your free time with whomever you like. However, as you gather hope fragments, you'll notice the scenes are exactly the same as in the main game. So you might notice people talking about having to kill each other. I know that seems strange, but this is island mode after all. It's a bonus, in addition to the main story. Please keep that in mind and try not to judge us too harshly. Take your time exploring and enjoy! Let's go meet with people. I think I still have my pet Usami here. There bounces. So we got plenty of people to talk to, because I only finished, I think, 2 characters, Fuyuhiko and Mikon. There's all sorts of people we can still talk to, get their free time events. Probably going to start with people who I was nearly done with or had, you know, something like that with. Then move on to people who are a little less touched upon. Good place to start might be the imposter.
Very strange.
Real quick. Do that up. Who in the world organized this farce? Even if I wanted to think about it, there aren't enough clues. All this thinking is making me hungry. Let's have a small meal. Come. You say so. Spend time with Byakuya today, watching him eat an obscene amount of food. Give him a present? Yeah. I have some chocolate chip jerky. Do you really think I would be happy with something like this?
Listen,
Correct. Good work, Hajime.
what do you want?
And what did you want to talk to me about? Huh? Huh? I didn't say anything. It's weird, it keeps doing that. I can tell just by looking at your face. You need my power, right? As a member of the Togami family, I'm in a position to guide weaklings. No need to hold back. Come, try me. If you insist, well... Hold it. There's no need to say it since I already know. I share your dissatisfaction. Wasn't really trying to talk about my dissatisfaction.
Listen,
If I lived like a beast, I would not be dissatisfied living on this island. However, I am a creature of intellect. I'm a modern person who lives in a new era. There's something important missing from this island. You should also know what that is, right? Something important missing from this island. Wait, why am I being quizzed all of a sudden? Good question, actually. Of course, there are many things it could be, but I'm pretty sure Byakuya is probably talking about... We have a convenience store. We actually do have a family restaurant in the diner. Could it be fast food? That's right. Don't you think it's strange, too? What's even stranger is this sprite of you where your face is so lopsided. Did his mask fall to the side? Or is there a Byakuya sprite where his eyes are uneven? What am I looking at here? Oh, wow. That's weird. Oh. Hang on a sec. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I was looking at my task manager for a sec. Just cause VTube Studio is being weird. It's sometimes taking up 100% of my GPU power, just for like a split second at a time, and I think that's when it's losing me. Like right there. I don't know why it's doing that. I think I have to restart it. Please give me a moment. Okay, we're back. Anyway, back to our fake Byakuya here. Despite all these facilities, why didn't they bother to build even one fast food location? That's true, but... Surprise, I never figured you were the type to eat junk food.
such ignorance.
How foolish. Such ignorance. It's nice hearing him talk again. Your shallow beliefs are typical of an ignorant commoner. You don't have to go that far. I love how when he's especially mean, it's probably because he's like... He's got to keep up the persona, or they have to. I get caught on that sometimes, sorry.
Listen,
Do you know how much the body fat percentage of the upper class increases every year due to fast food? From Hollywood celebrities to presidents of industry. Even Bill Gates is fascinated by that clown with an afro. They could say Bill Gates, but they couldn't say Ronald McDonald. That's pretty funny, actually. We'll fuck with Microsoft, but McDonald's is terrifying. Also, it is common knowledge that many professional athletes eat an unbalanced diet. Copyright law? I know, but it's still funny they could say the name of a real person. Damn, I thought restarting would fix that. Something's up. Real person can't copyright their name? Yeah, I get that. I get why, but it's still funny they didn't even try to hide it. Like, I know why, but that doesn't make it less funny. If only this island had some means of communication. I would have various fast food companies establish franchises here, including the Afro Clown, the bespectacled Kentucky Colonel, and the red-haired girl with pigtails. Really just McDonald's, KFC, Wendy's? Like, we all know what they're saying, they just can't say it. We know what they mean. We know why they can't say it, but they can't say it. I wonder if he does say something else in Japanese. Because I know KFC is still kind of... KFC is pretty popular in Japan, but I don't think they're really considered like fast food there. And I don't think Wendy's and McDonald's maybe, but I would have imagined like... would have brought up Yoshinoya before any of those. I do wonder what this dialogue is in the original. This is definitely a huge 3 for America, but... I don't really understand, but he's really passionate about this. What's making him so driven? You will probably never understand. Huh? You always find the same things waiting for you wherever you go. You'll never know what relief that truly is. For someone like you who has lived a fortunate life, you'll never understand. Fortunate? Sounds like I'm better off compared to Byakuya. I think this is the last his free time events you could feasibly obtain in a normal playthrough without like resetting the clock. Global icons like that make more sense for the imposter, because he likes fast food for its consistency. That makes sense, yeah. Again, this is one where you'd be like, that's weird, Byakuya definitely never mentioned anything like that in the first game. Wish I knew why that was happening. It uses all of my GPU for a split sec, and during that split second it can't track me, and I don't know why that's happening. Like, what is VTube Studio doing that's fucking that up? Whatever. Anyway, like, yeah, this is one where you... It really is, if you go from the beginning, play again, you look at Byakuya's actions, you're like, oh, this was never Byakuya. And a lot of the stuff he says, well, it is meant to lead you to think Byakuya's had this huge change of heart since the first game. If you look at it a little more closely, you can really put together, no, this is a different person with different issues. Oh well. If there's anything worrying you, just let me know anytime. No need to hold back.
Goodbye.
Good day. With that, Byakuya left. Totally didn't listen to what I wanted to talk to him about. More importantly, what did he mean that I'm more fortunate than he is? Port card updated. I thought about what Byakuya had said. I went back to my room.
Dong bing bong. It's nighttime. Please get plenty of rest. Good night.
Ooh, Ibuki's pumped up today. He seems to be feeling pretty good. Can I make rope? I cannot. I need glue. But I have enough knife and tree vine. I do not need anyone at the military base anymore. Over to the mountain and the forest. All the rest of y'all, that'll probably be fine. I need one more person on cleaning duty. This will probably be fine. Yeah, that's not gonna be sustainable, that cleaning amount. Yes, the imposter is someone who has no consistency in their life whatsoever. They are constantly having to change identities to avoid being caught, just to live a normal life. Now, could they start from scratch, being just a completely new person? They probably could, yeah. But that's a very scary prospect for someone who's never had to do it before. And I think fear is something that rules the imposter's life a lot. The effect on those plants is wrong and bad. Like, the artifacting is actually... The transparent artifacting actually goes transparent through what's behind it. And that's definitely not intentional. I still have some jerky.
Very strange.
I believe that... I'll talk about that if it happens. Presento. Chocolate chip jerky. Really think I'd be happy?
Listen,
Correct.
listen.
I do love... I love it. Listen well. There are 3 types of affluent progenies in the world. Despite their intellect, they are useless progenies who only have their smarts. Despite their good looks, they're useless progenies who only have their looks. But the one who is superior in both aspects is the most affluent progeny of all, Byakuya Togami. I see. Thought he was making a grand introduction, but no, he was just boasting.
Rejoice.
Hajime, I will tell you, and only you, the secret of how the Togami family has prospered. How they prospered? Does the imposter know? It is based on a special hereditary system. The head of the Togami family doesn't have a wife. Instead, he has countless children with excellent women throughout the world. The children are forced to compete with one another, and who remains standing as the winner will become the next head of the Togami family. I mean, the kids all have to fight each other?
That's right.
During my time, 108 of us, boys and girls, fought to become the next head of the Togami family. I don't think Byakuya mentioned a number. But that's actually telling about the difference between them. The real Byakuya probably didn't care how many, but this one does care how many. So 108, man was fucking. It's like a little under once every 3 days. 108 people? Are they all your siblings?
Hmm.
That's right. We were ranked based on our strength. The most powerful affluent progeny is gold. The one below that is silver. I was ranked the weakest of all, bronze. I wonder how many of these details the imposter is making up. Probably at least a few of them. Don't think so. Byakuya seemed to respect every one of them. So it's equally possible that the imposter is genuinely just kind of making this up. They know about the system itself, but they don't know any details. They're just kind of throwing shit around because there's no one who's going to be able to call them on it, really. Risky, but...
Listen.
Of course, he beat them, but they all deserve respect because they are Togami. Except that they're not anymore. They have to abandon the name. In the end, I defeated every last one of them. I even defeated the affluent progeny of darkness.
Listen.
From there, I finally reached the top. Stupid headcanon idea. The affluent progeny of darkness was Gundam who refuses to talk about it. Stupid idea that does not match up with anything going on. No way is it true, but God would that be funny. They're as much as he was at the time. Of course, he is better, but they are all better than true commoners. I don't know if that's the mentality he has. That's just not how he really talked. Maybe he thinks that. We don't know. It was the first time in the history of the Togami family that a bronze won their way to the top. Now, Byakuya did mention he was considered the bottom, like the runt of the litter, for lack of a better term. And he was absolutely not a favorite to win, and it was a major upset that he did. He definitely mentioned that, but the imposter is adding details that are probably incongruent. It's amazing. It's not like I know if it's true. And there's that. Hajime has no idea of knowing how true these details are. But if it really is true, definitely would have run away at some point during the middle. It's the history of a battle that will continue for many ages. Isn't it horrifying? And now Byakuya Togami is standing atop that history. I love that wording. Byakuya Togami is standing atop. Not I, Byakuya Togami. How about it? Isn't it amazing? As expected of the Togami line, right? As expected of Byakuya Togami, you mean? Compared to any other person, his was the most absolute existence I'd ever seen. Huh? Something strange about what he said just now. Yeah, because in a normal playthrough, you can't get to this dialogue. There is just short of enough free time to get here, so they drop a major hint for his last one. Apparently, the imposter did meet Byakuya at one point, and was so impressed with him he decided that would be his new identity. Hajime, if by any chance, if you could become anyone other than yourself, who would you want to be? Anyone other than myself? Never thought about it before, but I'm definitely fine with who I am. Right now, I'm more focused on what I'm supposed to do. I see. That's perfectly fine. Especially if that's the real you.
Goodbye.
It's quite a nice way to kill some time. After he said that, he turned and walked away. I was struck by how lonely he looked with his back to me. What do you mean by what he said just now? I feel like I'm starting to get to know Byakuya better, but I feel like something's missing. Even if it's impossible right now, there might be a day when Byakuya is able to tell me. With his own words. Holding that belief, I decided to return to my room. Dong bing bong. Nighttime. Go sleepy time, everyone. Kane's feeling good today. This should all be just fine. Regarding fast food, I think Byakuya makes it explicit. He only ate food prepared by his personal chef. Yeah. Just missing green flowers at this point. And those are all at the forest, which no one is healthy enough to be doing right now, so... Honestly, unless you're a cleaning specialist, just take a nap today. Akane, go try to get those green flowers. Ibuki, you jump out too. You had a good day yesterday, so you're still doing well. Fast food is not just something he should loathe. He should have very little knowledge of it besides its profitability. Another hint that this is not our Byakuya. Yeah. Yay, got enough green flowers. Good job, Akane. We also cleaned just enough. Yeah, this one... He should have one more. The way he talks about it seems strange to me. One more.
Very strange.
Spent time with Byakuya. Give him one more present. Let me see, what else does he like? Could have that. No, I do not, actually. Appreciate the imposter is just such a chill dude. Yeah, like, the imposter is lying to everyone. But it's not out of any attempt to deceive them. It is about a perceived necessity by the imposter. Not only a necessity to live as another person, because the imposter does not believe they can live as themselves, but also the belief that the imposter believes that if they take on this role as Byakuya, if they can be half of what Byakuya was, or how they perceive Byakuya, then maybe they can lead everyone to safety. They're just chill dude, they'll risk a major deviance in his impersonation just to be chill. Yeah. Pulpy white insides of a coconut. Kokoshimi! I was just thinking that I wanted this. Are you stalking me or something? If it's not being an imposter, then what are they? Yeah, that's something to look at. Now, we do know what the imposter looks like. It is funny, one of the, again, another kind of OG Danganronpa fanfic. I think it's called Be More Proactive this time around, Luxter. It's all about Naegi, you know, mentally being sent back in time. Basic plot for a fix-it fic. But actually being sent back to before the tragedy even starts, and his whole shtick is trying to stop Class 77 from falling to despair. And, this was before the Danganronpa 3 anime, so they actually had the imposter stay disguised as Byakuya the whole time. But at the end, they take off the disguise. But the Danganronpa 3 anime had just been announced, so they actually used the alternate disguise as their true form, not understanding it. Ultimate is defined by their talent. Being an imposter is their talent. Without it, they don't know who they are. Would have no place in the academy, which has validated their existence. That's the thing, yeah. The fact the academy does seem to know that they're an imposter and recruited them as such. Like, that is why I fully believe the fact they were able to suss out the ultimate imposter, find them, like, recognize they were a new person. That is what tells me Hopespeak does not fuck around with finding people. Like, if someone is at the academy, I'm willing to believe they are there for a good reason. I guess I'll say thank you, but stalking is never acceptable behavior. It's Kokoshimi, man. Byakuya. Been wondering about this for a while now. What you said earlier. What did that mean? That whole bit about the real you. Hajime, what do you think of me? Huh?
So, in other words,
Do you like me? Whoa, what are you talking about?
what?
Just asking if you like me or hate me. It's a simple yes or no question. But I don't know how to answer that when you spring it on me so suddenly. Byakuya looks serious, as if he's being backed into a corner. Ow. The imposter is actually quite nervous here, probably. Like, I did let a lot slip. I need to be sure. Almost feels like he won't forgive me unless I say something. Doesn't mean I should just tell him the truth. What do I need to make him say? What do I need to say to make him understand? If I have to choose between liking you and hating you, then, well, I don't hate you. Definitely consider you a friend. There's no way I could ever imitate your leadership. Truth is, I think you're amazing. I see. Byakuya seems a little relieved. What's with him? I feel like he's not his usual self. Such a hesitant, no, kind answer. As expected of you. That's how you feel about Byakuya Togami, right? What if I wasn't a Togami? What if I never had my birthright, my name, or my ability? What if I was more handsome and more disagreeable? It's actually the imposter referring to the real Byakuya there. More handsome, skinnier, more disagreeable. Would you still feel the same way that you do right now? I don't know about that, but... And that's the thing, like... This is the imposter wondering if... The bits... okay, trying to be sure. Does Hajime like the imposter because of the bits of their own personality they let slip into this Byakuya disguise? Or in spite of those bits? I feel like Byakuya is speaking differently than usual. What does this mean?
In other words,
The exterior is very important. From a person's name and appearance, an impression is already being formed. Let me tell you an interesting story about a certain man.
listen.
This man was born with nothing. No name, no birth certificate, no family. He had nothing. He was nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. Do you understand? His existence was completely invisible. He was a person whose life had no meaning whatsoever. The only thing he had was a desire to live a normal life. So what did he have to do in order to live? What did he have to do to have his existence acknowledged, to receive that affirmation? There was only one way. His only option was to become someone else. He had to lie to everyone. He had to lie to the entire world. Is he talking about himself? I mean, if he is, then the person in front of me isn't the real Byakuya Togami? No. Even if he's telling the truth, it's not like I know the real Byakuya Togami. All I know is... Byakuya, I don't know how you're going to take this, but... the only Byakuya Togami I know is the person standing right in front of me.
What did you say?
Hajime, you?
Thank you. I've always wanted someone to say that to me.
You can hear... I love the little stank in the voice there. You can hear him wavering on the impression, so I'm like, always wanted someone to say that to me. I see. So I'm really here. I'm really here.
Listen,
If by chance everything that's happening here is resolved safely, it's something I would like to tell you. No longer want to lie anymore. Not to anyone. Not to anything. Not even to myself. I want to live as myself, the person standing before you right now. never told anyone this before, but I want you to hear what I need to say. Yeah, of course. Saying you like that, it's kind of weird. Byakuya, I know, always says you in a condescending way, right? I believe he's using different personal pronouns here, using much softer ones when they're speaking as the, imposter.
What?
Huh? You're right. Oh, hey! Cat just jumped in. Green goes, Cat. Let me shut you out real quick. Welcome in. Green goes, Cat Lodge. Hey, welcome to Danganronpa 2. We're in the post-game bonus mode, island mode. Just talking to our good friend Byakuya Togami. He's fat in this game. Gotta run cause spoilers, but have a good one? Alright. I get it. Like, even what's on screen, there's some worries if I even press play, so you get going while you can. Thanks for jumping in, guys.
I see.
Byakuya you know, huh? Some reason, the expression on Byakuya's face at that moment was different than any I'd seen before. I can finally feel a strong bond between Byakuya and me. All I can do now is wait until Byakuya is ready to tell me everything. In order for that to happen, we need to get off this island soon. I nearly lost track of time as I discussed our future course of action with Byakuya. Strangely enough, we were making jokes with each other too. Hope fragments complete! Game hungers for seconds. And thirds! Fill Byakuya's report card. Just unlocked a skill, Sting. Give yourself a pat on the back, you've earned it. And there's his underwear. Byakuya's undergarments. Teeny tiny for a guy that size. So I parted ways with Byakuya, I decided to return to my cottage. Bing bong. Mikon's feeling good today. I still need glue for the rope. Kind of all I need, though. Okay, let's first set y'all up. Alright, searchers be looking for glue, cleaners be cleaning. And we got plenty of glue that time. Ooh, kitty. Okay, actually need to step away for a few minutes. I'll try to be back soon, but I do apologize for this. I am back. I do apologize. Okay, we started with someone real fun to start with, to begin with. YouTube Studio's still doing that. Let's go to someone... Let's switch to a survivor, why not? I feel like I neglected a good chunk of the survivors. Let's go with Kazuichi. Why not? Actually... Flush the toilet. Let's actually, real quick... Let's go, I got 1 billion mono coins. Go spend them at the Yashin. Got some kind of cake thing. A book. Manga. Mr. Stapler. I'm not sure. Doll. Sort of handheld console. Yeah, they're a lot nicer about multis in this game than in the first one. VHS. That book again. Fry bar. A carrot. Coconut. Shoes. Scabbard. Bag, I think. Tuning fork. Something. Potpourri. Doll. Carrot. Notepad? I don't know. Is that a devil fruit? I really let you get way more this time around. Sure, let's save.
Welcome to Ding Ding Ding.
Ding da ding ding. Alright, Kazuichi. Let me look you up real quick to remember all your gifts. Those of his aren't too hard to figure out. Let's chill, bro. A little bored. You bored too? Let's think about how we can kill time. So first and foremost, we need to be able to break the fundamental laws of the fourth dimension. That'll help us kill it. I did not think that's what he meant. For a little closer. Let's give him something. Ah, civet coffee. Google Hub cake. Safety half shoes. Can do it. You can murder time. Ah, I'm missing 47. Let me solo reality. Missing 53, another one he likes. I am just out of shit he likes, it looks like. How about 56? Small degenerated reactor. You went to all that trouble just to bring me something amazing. Hajime, you're seriously a nice guy. A little touch, really. Seriously, thanks!
Man.
Why did this happen? A tropical island, you know? Surrounded by a blue sea, you know? There's plenty of ladies here, too. Why do we have to be involved in all this killing nonsense? Although Kazuichi's intentions are probably not pure, I agree with what he's saying. If this was a normal school trip, it would have been really fun. And here I thought I was finally gonna go on a school trip for the very first time. First time? Did you go on one during middle school? I was supposed to, but I ditched it. I, faked being sick and stayed home. Well, I had a lot of reasons, but my family is really poor. Classmates were pretty much a bunch of boring turds, so I was like, who cares if I don't go to school?
Well...
My old man found out later and beat the crap out of me. Yeah, I can see that happening. Oh, obviously a parent would be mad about that. But I sometimes got yelled at for ditching school events during elementary and middle school, too.
Hey.
My damn old man. He knew better than anyone that we didn't have any money. Yeah, we run a bike shop at my place, but it's seriously hard to sell bicycles these days. The only customers we get now just need a flat tire fixed or air pumped. Yeah, despite that, I'm the genius mechanic of my family. Kind of excessive to beat him for that. I don't think it was a literal beating. Like, I believe I believe it's a cartoonish exaggeration. Like, his dad was mad at him and probably, you know, I don't think he literally, like, punched and kicked him. You never know with this game. The way Kazuichi's talking about it, like, he says it was, the way it seemed to be playing it, I believe it's meant to be a normal reaction, like, probably the classic downwards head punch on him. Because they do actually treat that pretty seriously when it's brought up. I can take a look if a bike or car needs fixing. I can fix anything from kids' toys to household appliances. It's pretty amazing.
Of course.
Well, I've been surrounded by junk and tools ever since I was born. I just have a habit of taking things apart and putting them back together. I see. That's the environment the ultimate mechanic was raised in.
Hey,
My old man is just hopeless, though. I'm always the one who's helping out at the shop. Anime a mild admonishment, reality probably concussion. Yeah, like, I think it is meant to be the anime completely fine, you're not meant to think about it thing. Because again, this was also 2012. Be a few years before that started becoming a lot more, hey, hang on, that, like, would actually really hurt the kid. In fact, to tell you the truth, I was really excited when we first arrived at this island. Everyone here has pretty colorful personalities. They all seem like interesting people. I was really looking forward to enjoying my youthful days here. Till all this crap happened. All this crappened, in fact. Damn it, it's my dream, you know? Always wanted to go on a trip with my friends and stuff. Kazuichi was too poor to be going on school trips, even. Because they just run a failing business. 25 days away from the release of JoJo's Part 3? Yeah? The Part 3 anime, I presume you mean. I believe I started watching between Part 4 and Part 5. No, Part 4 was still airing when I started watching. At least when I started watching the anime. I'd actually already seen the old, the old Part 3 anime. The 90s one. Or early 2000s one, I guess? Like, I'd seen that one already. But I hadn't really put together it was part of a much bigger thing.
man.
Oh, wait. Not close enough yet to call each other friends, huh? I don't know when people suddenly decide they're friends or not. As we seem to have the same goal, maybe we can at least call each other comrades? Join in after Golden Wind like most people? It's interesting. I guess that was the biggest explosion. The Golden Wind really was just a boom. All these new people. JoJo's, another group of people who can't fucking read. I will grant credit that, at the time before Part 5 was released, there weren't that many great translations of the manga available. And so, like, I get why people were confused about stuff there before then. There were versions of the video game that were translated a bit better than the manga was sometimes. Nowadays, if you don't understand how King Crimson works, I feel like it's kinda on you. Comrades, huh? Sounds pretty awesome. Looking forward to working with you, comrade. Kazuichi extended his hand and I gripped it. Tried to let go, but for some reason Kazuichi was glaring at me and... So Hajime, who are you aiming for? Part 5 was wildly underappreciated in its time. by the American fan base for sure. I believe in Japan it was pretty about as well received as like at all times. Nowadays there's actually some good translation. Yeah, nowadays. I think it's second only to Part 7 is the best written JoJo. I personally enjoy Part 3 a little more than Part 5, but I totally get what you're saying, yeah. And I won't deny it's at least partially biased. I do like Part 8, but I feel like Part 9 needs to finish before I can have a solid opinion on it, because there's so many leftover questions from Part 8, you know? Anyway, Kazuichi bringing up the real questions. What are you talking about?
You know, right?
Isn't it obvious? I'm talking about the ladies! Depending on your answer, the alarm clock in your room may be modified into a time bomb. You have time to make something like that, you should spend it actually being productive. Pretty amazing he's able to think about that kind of stuff at a time like this. Despite his looks, Kazuichi seems like a pretty normal guy. Learned a little bit about Kazuichi today. Part 8 was setting up to be very cool and then fumbled the bag so hard it just makes you sad. I'm curious where you think it fumbled the bag. After Kazuichi was finished hammering me with the questions, I was finally released. Kitty? I don't know that. The ending sucks? Like,
I shall engulf this world.
you shall regret ever awakening me. Gundam's feeling good today. Medicine of Hope. Did you read Part 8 yet? I've read all of Part 8, yeah. I'm very behind on Part 9. It's been like a year since I've read anything for it. Who the fuck is Toru? Why is he the big bad now? We just met him. Alright, yeah. I feel like he should have been built up a little better, because, like, he was not really alluded to at any point beforehand, so he doesn't get, he's definitely not one of the, I'd say he's probably the weakest of the main part villains, because he just doesn't have the screen time. Like, Wonder of You is an amazing and compelling, like, antagonistic force they have to fight, but Toru himself is pretty weak, yeah. Lets down all the interesting mystery the part builds up. I don't know that it lets down the mystery, because, like, you come to the conclusion, it's just that the conclusion happens before the story's climax, so the story's climax kinda overtakes the conclusion of the mystery. Hyper energy for the next assigned task. Speaking of tasks, if you all get rested up, let's have people go to an area where I just haven't had anyone go to yet. Like, go to the ranch. So I can figure out what the hell's there. Gundam, go to Nezumi Castle. Everyone else be looking at the ranch. Actually, that's gonna get us fucked up if I do that, so y'all be cleaning, and Mikon as well. You're gonna fuck up our cleanliness if I did it like that. Hey, hey, hey. Let me just go through these so they stop being shiny. Yeah, gag ball. You bite into this toy like a dog. When you do, you end up making a funny face. That's why it's called a gag ball. Ha ha ha. Another battle. First in a series of Yakuza films. Became popular for being a Yakuza film that had no battle scenes in it whatsoever. Interesting. Angel Spirit. Yeah, One Piece reference. Despite its toxic appearance, this fruit bears a sweetness that will take you to heaven. However, they say that those who eat this fruit will be possessed by evil and fall to the dark side. Yeah, Byaku's undergarments. Favorite high-end underwear. Comes from the only brand that the truly elite will wear. Usumi strap. Item that splits the world. It's paradise waiting on the other end. Unlocks island mode, which is even more fun than the actual game. That is a bit much. Danganronpa If. Novel that depicts an alternate Danganronpa. It unlocks novel mode, which is even more fun than the actual game. Gamer's Backpack. Proof you've cleared Chapter 5. Right, because in post-Chapter 5, I couldn't do any free time, so I didn't get to look at this. Memento of Chiaki Nanami. Apparently, it was a present from a certain gaming magazine. Part 8 is Chekhov's Lots of Unfired Guns. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been answered yet still, yeah. Giant Cell Phone. Proof you've cleared Chapter 6. Memento of Junko Enoshima. This hopelessly decorated cell phone will no longer reach anyone. And Easter Egg. Proof you cleared the epilogue. Monument bearing words of resolution. Following words are inscribed on the front. Goodbye, Despair Academy. Yeah, I am gonna see about getting all the presents. We'll see if that happens or not. I do think we need to know more about the rock humans, and I'm not sure if Part 9's gonna deliver on that. Give him a present? Yeah. What do I have? I think I have some old-timey radios, probably. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of these.
Are you serious? Engine? Man.
Ah, jeez. Why aren't there any vehicles with engines on this damn island? At this rate, I'll take anything. Go-kart, RC toys, a baby carriage? Let me tinker with something. Baby carriages don't have engines. Ending didn't really feel like it was an ending to a story, more of an ending to an arc. Yeah, the spin fake out, it wasn't quite a fake out so much as, again, it feels like, I think Green Ghost put it best, it feels like the ending to an arc, and Part 9 needs to pick up a bunch of what Part 8 didn't really do. Like, oh, the spin, oh my god, and then it ended. Like, he didn't really learn the spin, he just kind of did it. I mean, it's kind of like how... I think it was meant to mimic the way that Joseph was able to use Hamon without really understanding what it was, because he was just a natural at it. And so... Part 8 Josuke kind of used the spin despite not really knowing what it was, because he's just kind of natural at it. Part of being that he kind of seems to be setting up to be another saint, just like how Johnny wound up being a saint, but in the JoJo's way of sainthood. Yeah, you know.
Aw, man.
There's nothing I can't disassemble, so I took apart the alarm clock inside my room. When I did that, I couldn't put it back together. Oh, so there are times when even the ultimate mechanic can't fix something. Of course, that sort of thing happens to me all the time. One time I was tinkering around without thinking, and before I realized it, I made some kind of car thing. For some reason, the things I fix always end up being some kind of vehicle. I don't understand that at all. I don't mind messing around with the frame or connecting the electrical equipment. Guys definitely need something with a rumble and some bam bam bam. Hajime, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I really want right now? Probably talking about an engine. Talking about an engine, right? That's what you want to mess around with? Like, you said it outright like 2 minutes ago.
Of course.
That's right, that's exactly it. Disassemble, reassemble, see how it goes. Disassemble, reassemble, see how it goes. Doing that over and over gets my brain moving. I really miss the smell of oil. You're right, I haven't really smelled anything like that since we came to this island. Part 8.5, Chekhov's firing range. I think Part 9, I'm hoping Part 9 will end up being the firing range. Even if there was a car here, couldn't drive it since you don't have a driver's license, right?
How annoying.
No way I'd do something annoying like that. I just get motion sickness anyway. I just really like the feeling of an engine running. I like all kinds of machines, but vehicles are definitely the best of the best. After all, they look so awesome. And I really want to go home soon and start working on my bike again. Oh, you're even making a bike, huh?
Awesome!
My dream machine is seriously awesome, you know? According to my calculation, it has a top speed of 585 miles per hour. And I really miss tinkering with that thing. But it obviously wouldn't be street legal. Since I get motion sickness, I can't ride it anyway. What's the use of making a ride you can't even use? I don't understand that at all. Yeah, Kazuichi's a weird one. He loves working with machines, but he gets motion sick easy and he's too young to drive. He's a funny little guy, that Kazuichi. Bing bong. Today's the day. 1 flower pin, which we have.
Yay!
You did very well. Here's some tickets.
8 trip tickets. Sorry to interrupt again. How'd your first class goal go? Found it difficult? I have some good news. As his own New Game Plus cycle, only your collection level and cleaning level carry over. You'll be able to take another shot at it. Even if you're not good at stuff like this, as long as you don't give up, you'll make your way through it. Still, success is possible in a single playthrough. Maybe you can accept the challenge someday.
Ta-da!
2 gorgeous flower pins. Kazuichi, you're gonna rip the skin off your body before you reach 1 mile.
Well,
Planning to try hard. Till I get sleepy, that is.
Jackie's feeling good. And Spirit Bomb. What do we need? Rope. Guess we need 2 gorgeous flower pins, so we need 2 ropes. I need a knife and 2 tree vines. Need 4 black flowers, 4 white flowers, 4 more gold, 3 more silver. Apparently I have enough glue? Sure enough, I have enough glue, but I need another knife and 2 tree vines. If you're not feeling great, go cleaning. Go to the Electric Avenue shop. You sleep. Keep us all cleaned up, the rest of y'all. Peace. I don't think I'll need that many tree vines, so let's send a few more people to the avenue. And I found no gold whatsoever. Great. Fucking... Like, it's possible to win in a single playthrough, but it's down to a lot of RNG. And some Kazuichi time. Ways to kill time, sure. Old-timey radio.
Are you serious? Engine's revving.
Crap, I'm starting to get really excited here. Hey, Hajime, you have a dream for the future or something? Never really thought about it. Alright, let's get a little into this. What is Kazuichi's dream for the future? Maybe I've forgotten what it was. How about you? Do you have one?
Huh?
Well, you know, sort of, since I'm a mechanic. Not much a guy like me can do besides tinker with machines. So if I'm gonna reach for the stars, then that's the only one for me. Do you mean an F1 racer?
That's obviously wrong.
Hell no, something bigger and faster. Never mind, don't even think about it. You'll just laugh. You'll definitely laugh at me.
I already know.
See, I told you, your face is totally giving away. Kazuichi is very, knee-jerk about his dream here. He wants to share it, but at even a hint of anything going wrong... I'm making a face? Don't you get it?
Hey,
I mean, if I'm talking about the best machine, then I'm obviously talking about that. Just don't even think about it. Forget about it already. You want me to guess or not? Indecisive bastard. Fucking... a rocket ship? Laugh all you want, I don't care. Why would I laugh? That sounds amazing. Dude, building a rocket is badass.
you serious?
I see. I see. I see. Don't you think rockets are amazing? There we go. They're the biggest and the fastest. They're the very top of the vehicle food chain.
Hey,
Well, there's just one thing I'm worried about. No matter how hard I work to make such an awesome machine, no way I could give a girl a ride in one. Yeah, if you get motion sickness in a car, you'd have a really bad time inside a rocket. But a fantasy like that is very you, I guess. You go on a joyride in a homemade rocket ship. Hey girl, you want to see the moon? You're both pressed against the backs of your seats. It's this rickety ass thing. It shakes, trying to exit Earth's atmosphere. I'm pretty sure you lost an engine halfway up. So do you want to see a movie after this? If you ever overcome your motion sickness, I can totally imagine you riding a motorcycle with a girl. Probably hang out with a bunch of delinquents and get in all kinds of trouble, too. Hajime, have you been paying attention? Do you think so, too? I mean, it's normal to think like that. Kazuichi? Something happened all of a sudden?
man.
It's nothing. I just remembered something I need to do, so later. For some reason, Kazuichi abruptly walked away. I don't really know why his attitude changed. While still holding on to some hazy thoughts, I decided to go back. Bing bong. Yes, skip Usumi's announcements. Holiday day, huzzah!
Everyone!
Today is your day off. We're going to rest once in a while, so I decided to give you a day off once a week. Won't be able to explore, but you can use this time to the fullest to get along with everyone. You're dismissed. Alright, we get 2 hangouts on this day of days. Listen to me, I keep having to flush for you. Let's cap off Kazuichi. And more time killing. Another old-timey radio. Think he's figured out how to put one of these back together yet?
Damn it!
Somehow I'm already losing confidence in myself. Not like I had any confidence to begin with. Damn it, why does this have to happen? I want to go home already. Kazuichi seems pretty depressed, both physically and mentally. Get a hold of yourself. Sure, there must be some way. Come on, you know what they... Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Yeah, that's what they. Hajime.
Are we screwed?
Isn't that kind of lame? Your fault for complaining. Kazuichi would be so annoying to know. You try to cheer him up, it like just makes. It really just doesn't buy your cheer up attempt. Like pokes holes and it's like, bitch, I was trying to help you. Shut the hell up. That's exactly what they. You motherfucker. I was trying to help your ass. Why you talking shit? That's true. Sorry. Alright, let's get pumped up and look for a way to escape. He sure recovers quick. Still, all the machines here that have engines like airplanes and ships, no good. Might as well put pedals on the ship and pedal boat off this island. Even make it swan-shaped, too. What do you mean, might as well? Reminds me, you yelled at a lot for modifying various things at school or at home. My greatest invention was attaching an engine to the machine that draws the chalk lines on the soccer field.
Well,
But it escaped through the school entrance at full speed without curving or stopping. Obviously, you'd be yelled at for that. Hey, Hajime, if by chance... what if it's impossible? That Monokuma bastard's rule is that only one person is able to escape. That rule doesn't matter! We will never kill someone, it's that simple, right? That's true, but... you really believe that nobody here will ever betray us? You start doubting now, you'll never stop. They want you to feel like this. Yeah, Kazuichi is a very insecure person. Insecure in his friendships, insecure in one other thing we'll get to. Well, obviously, but
you know, right?
humans are creatures that betray each other, you know? That is such an interesting line from Kazuichi. Humans are creatures that betray each other. It's a line that tells me that if he bothered to talk to him and look past himself, I think he'd actually get along decently well with Gundam. If they aren't, then... Kazuichi? What does that mean? Sorry, let me think about it alone. After saying that, Kazuichi briskly walked away. I understand why he's worried, but I feel like he's worried about something else. I guess for now I should just wait until Kazuichi feels comfortable talking to me again. Give it an hour. For watching Kazuichi leave, I left the area. It is interesting Kazuichi is so often the one who ends their encounters by just kind of walking off. Usually because there's something bugging him. Let me see, do I have... No, I am just barely missing a bunch of shit Kazuichi likes. I'm basically out of stuff he loves.
Danganronpa.
Let's go check out the Yashin. Just go for mass rolls here. Never did find out who's scatting over this beat. But I do loves it. What's that thing? I think that was something he liked. Man's nut. All gag. Another game system, fly fishing kit? I don't know. Not sure what that was. No eye patch bunny book. Kokeshi Dynamo. Clackers! Clacker volley! Kitty, you really can't be standing on that part of my body. Absolutely unrelated news. Last Kagurabachi chapter, 112, part 1, ended. This week we got a bonus chapter. I like to call it Soya Lion. As a former antagonist, Soya lost his memory, is figuring out who he is. Soyalian. Ah, like Jojolian. Soyalian. Extremely funny how Okazono drops funny bonus chapter after major events in the manga. It is pretty funny. Yeah, that was another thing I'm pretty sure I was missing for him. Alright. Think that worked.
Welcome to Ding Da Ding Ding.
Welcome to Ding Da Ding Ding.
Let's hang out, my shark-toothed lad. Present. Apron dress. Resembles a maid's uniform. Wear this. Might seem like you won't be able to defy your master, but in actuality, you'll be the one in control. Ha ha. Falcor's muffler. Oh, from Neverending Story. A muffler crafted from the fur of a legendary luck dragon. Swelteringly hot to wear in the land of eternal summer. That is a weird thing. Is that, like, popular in Japan? I'm a little surprised. Another hope. This is... This valuable diamond was created from the remaining fragments of the original Hope Diamond when it was cut long ago. Rumors persist that death follows anyone who has this item in their possession. Radiosonde. Meteorological instrument that measures the temperature, humidity, and barometric pressure by shooting a balloon into the sky. Nitro Racer, a toy car that was popular a few years ago. Unique feature of this button is the Nitro button. Pressing this button releases a very nice breeze from the car. That's pretty funny. Broken Warhead. A weapon of mass destruction found at the bottom of the ocean. The following words were inscribed on the warhead by a fallen princess. Humans can still live without this. Compact costume. By chanting a secret spell, this mysterious compact mirror will transform you into anything. Even if you're a girl who doesn't stand out much, this item will help put you at the front and center. Sounds like a marketing thing. But hey, here, have this broken fucking nuclear warhead.
Well,
Hajime. About that thing from before.
for now.
Hey, let's go somewhere else. After he said that, Kazuichi walked away by himself. Ran after Kazuichi until I arrived at the beach. Woo. What are you doing?
Shut up!
Can't you see? I'm breathing deeply.
You...
I gotta prepare myself. Ah, jeez. I gotta prepare myself for lots of reasons, you know? Why? Alright, I'm ready. Come at me, bro. Hold on. I don't really understand what's going on at all.
Hey, hey, hey!
Dumbass, isn't it obvious? Only one thing for two men to do when they come to the beach. What? What can two men do at the beach? Could beat the fuck out of you. You talking about a fist fight? Dig a hole. I mean, that is the real male instinct. Dig hole. Like, do you want to throw down? Not gonna lie. Hajime is kind of just bigger than you, Kazuichi. I feel like he'd kick the fuck out of you. Even without all those talents he had lobotomized into his brain, I think he'd still beat you because you're a coward. Not exactly. You're going to punch yourself. Huh?
You
know, my mind won't be settled. Like I feel lost or something. Believe in me, but I can't believe in you at all. It's like I betrayed you or something. Kazuichi. Hey, to be honest, we're in contacts. What is this now? Not like my hair is this color because I wanted it to look like this. I wasn't really sure what I wanted, so I just tried a few things and it ended up like this. Was always a weak, cowardly kid. All I ever did was study and tinker with machines. I always believed that everyone who talked to me was a nice person. Even if I was betrayed or lied to, I always believed they had a good reason for it. Oh, that's not healthy. That's what I always believed. All because I was too scared to admit it. Kazuichi, I know, is a confident, happy-go-lucky guy who gets a little carried away sometimes. Maybe he's just been pretending to be like that. When I was in middle school, there was this guy I thought was my best friend. We always did everything together. I could talk to him about everything. One time, I let him cheat off my test because he begged me for help. Oh. Boy got caught. At the very end, he insisted I was the one who willingly gave him the answers. As long as he didn't get punished. But I didn't mind sharing my answers with him at all.
Man.
Ever since that happened, he kept avoiding me. Wonder why? It's not like I really cared. Maybe he felt guilty. He probably couldn't stand it.
Maybe.
Yeah, now that I'm older, I feel like I understand him a little. At that time, I was fed up with everything. So I had to get rid of all of it, including my looks. When that happened, everyone who used to hang around me started keeping their distance. Punk asses started getting closer to me instead. Since then, I haven't needed to believe in anyone, and I haven't been betrayed. It was really easy. Be surprised how much changes when you change your appearance. So yeah, he just kind of got this tough-looking appearance that does not match his personality because he just kind of couldn't deal with being alone like that anymore. Couldn't deal with who he was before. Hot girls kept coming on to me too, but to tell you the truth, that scared me a little. Don't know if I believe that one. I believe him being scared by it, actually. It's like... It is weird, though, how incongruous a lot of this character is with what you see him doing throughout the story. I mean, we definitely see how cowardly he actually is. The idea that all his bounce backs are him kind of forcing it is interesting. His attachment to Sonya really derails whatever character he had. Kazuichi, I never felt betrayed by you. I mean, you always believed in me, didn't you? Well, after hearing your reasons, I think it's fine. How about this? You ever betray us and make us sad? I'll punch you as hard as I can, got it?
Huh?
Bring it on. I'll make you eat those words. Thanks. Because of you, I understand now. What I really hated all along wasn't being betrayed. I hated myself for being too weak to believe in others.
Whatever happens, I'll believe in you. That is what being friends is all about.
Hell yeah.
Let's definitely get out of here. All of us.
Yeah, definitely. Kazuichi offered his hand, and I gripped it firmly. This time I felt a strong, definite bond forming between Kazuichi and me. And but it'll be different if you act suspicious. Even if you're my friend, I'll doubt you if you're suspicious. Then Kazuichi kills the moment immediately. Grease monkeying around. Just unlocked the skill Craftwork. And his undies, which are actually kind of flashy. After staring at the sea with Kazuichi and talking about different things, I parted ways with him. Return to my cottage.
Dong bing bong. Everyone, it's nighttime. Please get plenty of rest so you can do your very best again tomorrow. Good night.
Well,
Jackie's all pumped up again today. Damn it, need one more knife. Everyone else try to find gold. Done Nagito yet? I haven't. I've only done his first one so far. But I want to spend a lot of time on his nonsense. We got some level ups on the Searcher. Ibuki, Akane, and Gundam. Found 1 gold through all of that. It's annoying. But who to hang out with next? I've only done guys so far. Let's see. Also, I'm thinking of girl character. Maybe I could finally do her. One of my favorites. Don't know poo-poo to me, that's alright. I prefer you don't. Really could grind Usumi up forever like this. You won't get that much out of her. You don't get experience here either. Bit of a treat to me. Let's hang out with Ibuki. Knew you pooped. Love Ibuki. Spend time together.
Hello!
You look bored, Hajime? Want to drink some tea with Ibuki? Oh, I've successfully picked up a boy. Now then, it's my treat, so go ahead. Don't hold back.
Spent time today at the restaurant, eating desserts and drinking tea with Ibuki. Feels like Ibuki and I grew a little closer. You were present? Hells yeah. Let me just quick double check what she enjoys. I have a decent idea off the top of my head, but not perfect. Mostly... Oh, I have a ton of those, yeah. Hey, let's actually look at Kazuichi's undies. Kazuichi's favorite trunks. Popular brand among mechanical men due to its Repair the Now, Create the Now ad campaign. Kind of feeling shines through the colorful design. Here it is, American Clacker.
Yahoo!
Hey, Fish. Hey, Challenger. Lurkin? That's fine. This is actually probably my favorite character I'm doing for here. I love Ibuki in this game. Maybe I'll get to show off a little bit of why, because our free time events are great. Awesome, I was just thinking I wanted this right now.
Hello!
Why, hello there! What do you want to play today?
Other news, JJK fandom is going bonkers again because of a new chapter. I heard the new modulo chapter is not well liked. Play? Are we done with the club? Thought we were doing like a music club thing.
Hey, hey!
What are you talking about? Playing is a big part of music clubs. Do you know what's the most important thing about playing music in a band?
Let's see. I'd guess a sense of unity. At the top of my brain. They have a lot more questions in the free time events than this one. Sense of unity? Got to read that one? Yeah, I want to start it from the beginning. I do hear there's a rumor going around that this one's being rushed, just like the ending of JJK was rushed to try to get to Modulo. Even though... could have taken time. Like, JJK's ending, that whole final fight. Ding, 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 you got it right! Yep, that's correct. It's all about that. The band members performing as a singular unit on stage.
Why, you?
That is the ideal live concert. That's where the greatest music is made. It's not. It's not that it's bad, but people do not fuck with the resolution for different reasons. People say rush. Ah, okay. What I heard, without saying it out loud, what I heard leads me to think I will not be satisfied with it either. Certain things you wish were done a bit better, but overall you fuck with it? In order to do that, it's particularly important to eat cake with everyone after school. So, your training today is to roll your eyes to the back of your head. Creative use of Ibuki's sprites. That's impossible. People don't like how a certain fight ends? I mean, I think I know the fight, but I didn't like how the final fight... No, I liked how actually the final fight of the normal manga ended. I actually did like that ending. I didn't like most of the middle of it. Look forward to her animated sprites especially. Oh yeah, imagine this one with the new 2x2 style. Imagine it actually looking like it's bubbling out. You've seen Ibuki before. She's a fun design and fun personality. Yeah. It is a very fun design. Also, you gotta learn how to break guitars and how to splatter pig guts. Those are the 3 basics. Please, enough already.
Huh?
Oh my. You gonna give up before you even do it? I have a reward for you, you know.
Pointing!
Her voice lines are great too.
Pointing! If you're able to withstand the training, I'll make your stage costume.
You're the one who's going to make it?
Of course, sewing is a minor necessity when you're in a band.
See. Never expected that from you. As a depth to her character, like, she is this hyperactive weirdo. Never get it twisted, that is the real her. But there's a bit more thought behind it than you initially expect. As she mentions it, everything Ibuki is wearing looks really unique. You can totally see she puts her heart into making her clothes so they're not just another commercial product. I feel like I'm finally able to understand Ibuki a little better. After being constantly bombarded by weird topics, I was exhausted by the time I returned to my room. I actually see Ibuki's free time events as being the opposite of almost every other character's. I'll get to why in a minute. Some Java salad. Kitty, get down. What does that do? Store a little bit of HP. I guess that did something. Keep looking for gold, those who can. Everyone else get on cleaning duty today. There we go. Still not a single piece of gold. I don't know how the fuck they expect you to do this in one run. But it doesn't matter that much. Let's keep talking to our girl. That neutral face is probably her rarest sprite.
Hello!
You only see it when interacting with her from neutral like that. She loves anything that's active and makes noise. Our hearts are connected as one! Just thinking I wanted this.
Poke, poke, poke!
Now then, what should Hajime and I play today?
Playing again? Seriously, what happened to training?
I've got it!
I've decided, today we're gonna do 1,000 practice head swings.
Head swings. Isn't that just called headbanging?
Ibuki will start us off.
As soon as she said that, Ibuki started swinging her head back and forth with amazing speed.
Yahoo!
Jeez. She's so fast that her head is a blur. Can't believe her tiny neck can keep up with that.
Yahoo!
You do it too, Hajime. It's fun. Wah.
Had no idea why I was doing this. I decided not to think about it and just played along with Ibuki. My head is ringing. Just as I thought there was no meaning behind it, but I feel like a lot of stuff I've been stressing about mysteriously lifted off my shoulders.
Oh my!
Hajime, you look pretty refreshed. I feel like we were playing pretty well together just now.
I see.
I mean, Ibuki just realized it. When I'm with Hajime, Ibuki plays really well.
Just remembered that Ibuki left her old band. Apparently she was a member of a girl band that was at the height of their popularity. Hey, Ibuki. Why did you leave your old band? Was it because you had creative differences with them?
How should I put it? Creative differences? Personality differences? It's not that big of a deal. That's the destiny of a band member, after all.
Hey!
Like I said earlier, what's most important is a sense of unity. Technique is something you gain just by practice. But you won't know if the group really meshes well together until you try it once. And if it's no good, that's something you can't really help. That's why Ibuki doesn't really regret leaving the band. But being alone is a teensy bit lonely.
I see. If I can fill that loneliness by doing stuff with her, even if it's just a little, I guess I don't mind playing along with her for a while.
Then I shall keep playing with Hajime today.
Why, you!
Let's continue our headbanging. This time, it's for the championship. Whoever loses has to tongue-kiss Monami.
We're competing now? I ended up banging my head until I lost consciousness. Must have been a blessing in disguise that no one won or lost, thanks to a double KO. So, Ibuki and I were both pretty tired, so I parted ways with her and went back to my room. Notice how Hajime doesn't really learn that much more about Ibuki by hanging out with her. Like, he gets better answers for stuff he already knew. She's feeling good today. Jabba Croquet. Fair amount of HP. Did a little bit. Let's actually just have the cleaners clean, and everyone else go ahead and rest. Especially if you're blue. Please find some gold for me, Ibuki. For the love of God. No gold. No way am I keeping up with this. Well, it doesn't matter. We're mainly doing this for the free time events, and then I'll off-screen try to get everyone's island mode ending. Bum, 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 bum.
Hello!
We're a little closer. Let's give Ibuki a present. Another set of clackers. I got one more.
Really giving that to me?
Yahoo!
That's awesome! Ibuki will be totally pleased with this for the rest of her life.
So, what are we doing today?
Before we get to that, do you remember anything, Hajime?
Anything?
Yes!
You know about your talent and stuff. Since you've been hanging out with Ibuki for so long, you should have remembered something by now.
Huh? Tell me all that stuff we did was just to help me remember.
Wrong, Ibuki just wanted to play with Hajime. but Ibuki Miyota, the goddess of music, thought you might remember something if I stimulated your senses.
This is going nowhere.
I guess Hajime was too dull for it to work.
Dull. Still, never expected that Ibuki was actually thinking about me the whole time. I didn't even notice. I feel a little ashamed.
Hey, hey!
Well, it's fine as long as you don't worry about it. I mean, the Hajime I know is the same person you've been from the start.
What do you mean?
It's pretty embarrassing, so I don't really want you to make me say it, but... Actually, it doesn't matter at all whether or not you remember. Because Hajime is already standing right here. I feel like you're someone who's willing to go far away to search for yourself.
I see, I see.
But your true self doesn't actually exist anywhere.
So, here's why I love Ibuki so much. With every other character in the franchise, it's kind of about whoever you're playing as helping this other person through their personal problems, helping them reach some level of self-discovery. With Ibuki, it's more she's helping the protagonist. She's kind of intuits a huge thing about Hajime here. She's 100% right. Hajime would, quote-unquote, go a very far ways away to try to find himself. We know that. Because he submitted to the Kamakura project. He let them fuck with his mind and body so much on the premise of trying to make something of himself. He was lobotomized, so much brain surgery, shoving every talent they could because he thought it would make him happy, make him someone he could be proud to be. And it didn't. And it's interesting that Ibuki figured that out about him through their interactions. Not in as many words, obviously, but she figured out he's someone who would go to that kind of length to do that, and really talked him down from it before he ever had the opportunity to, in a sense.
Person standing here right now is who you are. Person who's changing every day, that's you. I believe finding yourself means accepting that you're someone who is constantly changing. Even when you're worrying about things, you're still you. Just kidding! Ibuki was trying to say things that she wouldn't normally say.
Why, you...
After all, this is the very last event.
Ibuki, thanks. I think?
No problemo!
No need to thank me. Because Ibuki was able to remember something she hasn't felt for a long time after playing with Hajime. The importance of giving your all when expressing yourself.
You're always doing that.
But to expand on that, the important part is to do it together with someone. Someday, I want to play music with someone who trusts me as much as I trust them. That's always been Ibuki's dream. I think believing that dreams come true as long as you believe is the first step toward fulfilling your dreams.
That's a little complicated. Not sure what you'd draw tomorrow?
It's easy peasy. All you gotta do is believe.
So, no matter what happens from this point forward, never ever give up.
I think Ibuki's voice actress might have voiced Velma at one point. Like from Scooby-Doo. I'm not positive on that.
It's a promise.
Ibuki said that with a seriousness that I've never seen her display to anyone else. It's kind of surprising I'm actually learning from her, but her words took root inside my heart. I won't give up. I'll definitely leave this island with everyone.
Hajime, you're making a very nice face. Now today's training is... stealing a Kane snack and kicking Nekomaru in the butt.
Here's something to notice about characters. If they mention another character by name in their dialogue, it usually means that... Actually, it does always mean in this game that this person will not outlive those other characters. And Ibuki doesn't outlive Akane or Nekomaru. And the fact she brought up too is a very unfortunate hint that she doesn't make it to the end. I think she is on a lot of people's top list for should have been a survivor instead of Kazuichi. Because Kazuichi, he plateaus so hard once his character is focused on Sonya. Like, there is nothing else to him other than gags, and they're not that funny.
AKA picking a fierce fight with two raging demons.
Seriously going to do that? So for 2x2, I'm hoping she gets to do more stuff, but at the same time, her being a victim, she is too fitting as a victim. I can't see her as a murderer unless they do some extreme despair disease bullshit. Always hurts when super fun characters get the axe. Yeah, but that's the thing. She's such a fun and emotionally intelligent, in a lot of weird ways, character. She kinda has to go for the plot to go forward properly. Hell, Chapter 3, spoilers if you weren't paying attention, Mikon caught the despair disease, remembered everything about what was going on, killed Ibuki specifically because Ibuki was the most positive person, the most emotionally, pulled together of the entire group. It was the kill that would hurt the most, because that's what she wanted to do. Didn't even necessarily want to escape. She wanted the kill, and she wanted everyone to suffer for it. Hiyoko was an unfortunate extra. Seriously going to do that?
Of course! Now let's get on with it!
Look at Nobara? Yeah. You know, but still, yeah. Practically ran after Ibuki, because I had no idea what she was going to do. No longer feel like she's dragging me about like she used to. A strong bond between Ibuki and myself. Yay! Dynamic duet! Just unlocked the skill Shred Guitar! Give yourself a pat on the back. Read it? I know Green Ghost has read it. I know you know. Oh, what did you read? You read the Modulo chapter. Oh, okay. You liked it? Alright. And of course we get Ibuki's undergarments. Somehow narrowly avoided death and made it back to my room. Dong bing bong. Medicine of Hope. He's a lot more gifty than Monokuma was in the other one. Probably by design. Grants hyper energy. No one I'd really want to give that to right now. Yeah. Barely enough gold for one of these, and I need to make 2 of these, because gold's not fucking dropping. Hey, this really is friggin' impossible on a first run. It's not technically impossible, but it's unfeasible. Bunch of collection gathering level ups, at least. Alright, who to hang out with next? Someone who I haven't touched on yet, probably. How about Sonia? Why not? He's also a character who... Okay, for my guesses for 2x2, she is near the top of will be a new murderer. I feel like she absolutely has it in her, unlike some of the other people. Kazuichi I'm seeing as a victim, for the sole reason that he's not smart enough to get away with killing someone, even a little. He is absolute dog shit at lying. So I can't imagine him being on the murder side, unless someone is helping him way too much. Like, maybe if they have him be the first killer and Nagito helped him with it. Maybe, but... 2x2 protection, Kazuichi a hooper again? I really can't imagine they do the same survivors. I see at least Sonia being a killer, and Kazuichi and Akane probably being victims. I am truly happy that someone has casually walked up to me to speak to me.
Amazing!
This must be what it means to have classmates. I am very touched. Would you like to take a walk? I'd like to view the ocean a bit more. So Sonia as a character is... She has this regal status and like a pretty standard trope. She wants to be treated like a friend, like an equal. She wants friends. People who are on level with her. She doesn't want to be treated like a princess right now. Which is part of why she finds Kazuichi so annoying. He keeps still treating her like an authority. Spend time today walking along the shore with Sonia. Probably don't deserve it. Looks like Sonia and I grew a little closer. Yeah, that's something she really doesn't want. Hajime, Sonia herself decides if you're worth growing closer to her. Now, I believe she actually really likes Gugelhupf cake. Said to be a favorite of Marie Antoinette. Name is German for priest crap.
Amazing!
Is it really alright for me to accept such a wonderful item? I love that. Thank you very much, Hajime. I am truly happy. I must say, this island is truly a wonderful place.
Most tight.
Her attempts to say slang. Most tight. The weather is calm and the sea is blue. Truly a perfect resort setting. That might be true, but...
Oh my!
Did I say something strange? No, I was just thinking that you're strangely calm right now. Sonia, are you really not worried about our current situation? Of course I am worried. And I am also angry. Jeez, this is not something to joke about. Who's joking?
However...
What happens next depends on us. As long as we do not kill anyone, this will all be fine. That's the right attitude, but... Besides, I have come here to learn about your country. I would understand if this were my homeland, but in this case, this land is foreign to me.
Well?
I do not intend to kill anyone, and I do not intend to be killed easily either. Sonia randomly speaking in her native language. We don't know what her native language is. We know she's from Nova Selic. Sonia Nevermind from Nova Selic. The way she said that sounded a little dangerous. This is the thing. I know from a bit of extra stuff, she is very... She can defend herself. She actually has good skill with weaponry, should she have access to it. If this were my homeland, would this be okay in your country? Anyway, let us forget about killings and cooperate with one another so we can return home quickly. If you have any good ideas, feel free to let me know. Shall also do my best to think of something too. Yeah, you're right. Speak to Sonia, I somehow feel really positive and optimistic. Such an honor. Raise your head, there is no need to worry. What she's saying sounds odd, but she certainly looks the part. Typical of a princess, I guess. Reminds me, what was the name of your country? So recall the country's name was Nova Selic Kingdom. Sounds as though you finally remember. Finally? Wonder. Well, it's not a country I've ever heard of. Yes, that is understandable. It's often overlooked by cartographers. Our explanation for why you at home can't see it either. Our Nova Selic Kingdom is an extremely small country and governed by an absolute monarchy. Though the population is small, our economy is thriving, so we are not in dire straits at all. For generations, the royal family has protected the kingdom and its people from its neighboring countries. Thanks to that, the people still have complete trust toward the royal family.
Well?
And also, wine and chocolate is one of our country's hidden specialties. See, it really does sound like a kingdom. Since you're the princess of that kingdom, does that mean you live in a castle or something?
Yes.
Of course! The royal family has been living in the royal castle for over 1,000 years. Though it may be old and small, the castle is truly a wonderful historical building.
Of course.
It's easy to get lost in our subterranean labyrinth, and our barracks are all fully equipped as well. Castles really do have those!
Um...
Anyway, Is it alright if I ask you something as well? Problem with Sonya in the base game, I'll say, in this original one, is Shirley is like the foreigner princess character. Like, she's very tropey, more so than a lot of them, and it means they don't get to play around too much with her. They get to do her being a weirdo about stuff, but that's still a trope. The prim and proper character is a huge weirdo about certain things. Again, just like Kazuichi, she often boils down to being a joke, and Akane also has that. It's a big survivor problem in this game. All three of the non-protagonist survivors, Kazuichi, Sonya, and Akane, are gag characters at the end of the day. They are there to facilitate jokes. On that same topic, if Sonya dies, because she killed someone, I can see Kazuichi flipping the fuck out about it. Gundam possibly as well, though they don't actually get close until Chapter 4. They could change that up to fix it, but if I can answer it, it's fine. Who did you have your heart set on initially, and who do you intend to switch to later? Huh? Characters' life expectancies are limited, the writers have to kinda get their vibes down in as short a time as possible. Yeah, but when they're set to live to the end, the problem is they just picked characters who... Sonya still has good character moments, at least. Like, during the Chapter 5 class trial, after Chiaki outright admits to being the traitor, even though, like, the traitor, quote-unquote, even though the traitor is probably the person they could trust the most here. Like, Sonya is the one, like, first and foremost, who refuses to just send her off. Refuses to believe that Chiaki is part of some bad organization that tried to kidnap them all. Even if Chiaki's saying it. Like, does not want to send her friend off to be execution by Monokuma, and you actually have to fight Sonya on this rather than the quote-unquote killer. Because Nagito's bitch ass tricked someone else into killing him in such a way that person couldn't even know. They had to logic out that it had to have been the killer, and he set it up by luck, using his luck to do it. So Chiaki had to try really hard to get them to figure out she's the traitor, because she's an AI who physically cannot admit it. It's hard programmed in. Now, again, Chiaki going back in the game, re-looking at a bunch of her stuff, it starts making more sense knowing she's an AI created for this island life. She's a therapy AI for them. Yeah, Danganronpa 1 actually had a lot less of that problem, I'd say. I will say Fuyuhiko never had that problem. He has the best character arc. One of the best ones in the series, frankly. Danganronpa 1 didn't have the problem as bad. There was still, Yasuhiro, who's just a joke. Like, through and through, and never gets real character moments. But outside of him, you have Toko/Genocide Jack, who's really fun, although Toko and Jack turn into jokes, basically after Chapter 2, which gets annoying. There's Hina, who has her big thing in Chapter 4, but again, she's often the butt of the joke that she's just not that useful. But then you have Kyoko, who, arguably the most interesting character in the game, Byakuya, who has a pretty good character arc to go with it. Like, it's not as big a deal, and I'll say V3 does a decent job with its survivors, to my memory. I think V3 manages to avoid the one-hit note gag, like the gag character living to the end problem pretty well. Or at least just a gag. I won't try to spoil who lives and who doesn't. Plenty of characters are gags in V3 still. Anyway, This situation is truly similar to the story of 7 men and women. I believe it is a standard tactic to start wavering and swapping partners. Hold on, what are you talking about?
Huh?
You really have no idea? It is Japan's legendary drama.
Well?
It starts off really upbeat, but then it gets really serious. I never expected that to happen. I was all like, seriously, what is going to happen? I just could not take my eyes off the screen. Momoko's feelings at the time were... my goodness, so intense! I continued to listen to Sonia extensively talk about Japanese dramas. Yeah, she's a J-drama freak. She's also into, like, occult stuff and is Japanese culture in general, too. At least now I totally understand that she's a major J-drama fangirl. After politely excusing myself from my long conversation with Sonia, I left the area. Dong Ming Bong. Day 12.
I shall engulf this world.
Gundam seems to be feeling pretty good. I need 2 of these things. I have 1 day. Literally impossible to set this shit up. See what I can do. I mean, all this is really doing is I don't get trip tickets. I think you can even still get the endings, even if you don't complete the stuff here. Like, it's just if you don't get the hope fragments, which is exceptionally easy. Pretty sure Sonia's over here still? Yeah, there she is. So, like, 21 and 74. Yep. Nice to have classmates, Sonia. Hajime does have this, like, inferiority to her, like, I probably don't deserve it. It's like, dude, chill. She likes brightly colored jeans for some reason. Frayed jean pants of a detective who roared at the sun in the name of justice. They're not jeans, they're jean pants. Probably because it's some kind of reference. I don't know what to.
Amazing!
Yep. By the way, you're really good with words.
Of course!
I have done much studying after all. You speak really fluently.
Yes.
I do not know how many times I've seen "I will arrest your eyes." When I arrived in Japan, the first thing I did was run across the Spain Zaka. I see. I don't really understand, though. Fuck is the Spain Zaka? In my opinion, I believe the best Japanese dramas were... Oh, she's going straight back into this unprompted. Good to know.
Well?
The ones aimed at women between the ages of 20 to 34, just before Japan's economic bubble burst. Ah, yes. That would be how old they were. The bubble burst in the 90s. This was 2012, so that would have been back to... Yeah, that would have mostly been people who grew up during the economic bubble. Or just at the tail end of it. The trendiness, energy, and quality. Entertainment was truly at its zenith during this period. I see. It's no use, I can't keep up with what she's saying at all. What the heck does she mean by bubble?
However...
Like all entertainment, Japanese dramas heavily reference their native culture. Because of this, slang expressions were often used, so there are some things foreigners may not understand. Hajime, if you are willing, would you train me? Train? Of course, I can teach you some things I understand, but I think she used the wrong word there. Like, train? I think has a very different implication. Has a very different implication from teak. One moment, please. Okay, I'm back. My cat decided he wanted to beat the fuck out of his water bowl, his food bowl, actually, despite it not being time to eat, because he's decided it is anyways, because my cat chooses to be an hour early for things. Thank you very much. So for example, when lovers go on a ski trip, they always end up trapped by a blizzard, right? Okay, time to unlearn some, tropes she might have gotten drilled into her by J-dramas. In that situation, what do you call the ritual where they warm themselves under a blanket while naked? It's not really a ritual, it's how should I put it? It's more like a cliché. Is that so? Certainly thought it was something that's known in my country as makango. Huh? Makango? It is a tradition in my country. According to tradition, lovers cannot become one until they show each other the makangos they have grown. It is too embarrassing, so please do not make me say it. What is she talking about? Embarrassing. What is a makango anyway? I cannot say. He will get a nosebleed. Really that embarrassing? Seems the Novoselic Kingdom is filled with more mysteries than I thought. So Novoselic has some kind of weird sex thing going on. Having an awkward conversation with Sonia, I return to my room. Bum. Today's the day. 2 gorgeous flower pins. Couldn't even make one. I could not find anywhere near enough gold.
What?
Was it a little difficult? Yeah. I can't find fucking gold.
Next goal is...
Ta-da!
10 normal flower pens. In 7 days? Unlikely. Need so much rope, green flowers, red flowers, seashells. Knives. This goes off the rocks, like, immediately. Say off the rocks, I meant off the rails. Anyone red, go look for knives. At the military base, because that's where the knives are. Any red gatherers, I should say. Okay, got some cleaning level ups, those are good. Who to talk to? Keep talking to Sonia. Sonia is a fairly popular character, despite her not getting to go through too much in the plot. Despite how flat she can sometimes be, she's at least weird and funny enough to be entertaining. She is not a difficult character to write around. Like I said, I think setting her up to be a murderer ain't too hard for the plot to go. And yeah, she talks about, I will never kill like this, but I think if Monokuma gave some kind of incentive that led her to believe her country was in danger without her, I think he could get her to do something. Prioritize the people of her country over these strangers she's just met.
Well?
Hajime, there's something I would like to ask you today.
Sure, what?
Shush, lower your voice. We do not know who might be listening in. Now then, come closer. No need to worry.
Sonia said that. She walked up to me one step at a time. Wow, she smells nice. Weird thought to have, Hajime.
Hajime, do you happen to know a lot about the occult?
Huh? Hey. Sorry, Sonia, no one can make me come. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Love the stupid inside joke. My god. Am I gonna have to do the do-do-do-do as one of my sound alerts? I hope I wouldn't get... Actually, I might get in trouble for doing that. Because that is part of like a copyrighted song by Disney of all places, so I probably couldn't do that. That'd be funny, but not worth the potential issue of it. Not really.
Then...
What about cults? Not at all. It is funny, like, every time you talk to Sonia, it's another harsh left turn.
that is...
I see. You certainly are deceptive. I am finished talking to you. Let us disperse for now. It's not that weird a thought for a high school boy to notice a girl smells nice when she tells him to get close. It's a little weird, but weird in a normal way, you know? Let me phrase it here. It is normal for a high school boy, and it is normal for an adult to recognize how weird it was to do that when you were a high school boy. That's what I'm getting at. I am not admonishing him, I am calling him what he is. Hajime's trying not to be a horn dog, but I doubt he's not attracted to her. Oh no. Hajime, honestly, Hajime is a bit more like that than Makoto is, frankly. Another difference in their characters. Like, I can never get behind people who call Hajime boring. Like, he is a very distinct protagonist. Especially from Makoto. Like, nowadays more people call Makoto kind of a boring protagonist. And he's a lot more of a blank slate in a lot of ways. Just endless optimism as his setup. Ah, young love. Hold on a sec. What in the world were you talking about?
I am concerned.
You are hopeless. Since I have already sailed this far, I shall sink you into the ocean. It's not how you say that. Hajime got stuff going on. Yeah. There is one particular character who is really going to show you what Hajime's got going on in there. Like, there is a character you would not expect Hajime to be really into, and it's really sad. Though I understand it is a forbidden interest for a princess, I'm quite interested in Freemasonry. Of course, my interest is purely academic. I have no intention of conspiring to overthrow the government. Hope Gundam Tanaka survives to get closer to her in 2x2. I hope they set up the two having some kind of relationship earlier in the story, because the two barely interact until chapter 4 in, like, normal. So I'd like it if they have them start interacting and getting along better. I don't know, set up a different way for the first kill to start in chapter 1, and give some kind of excuse for them to start being friends then. Kodo also got stuff going on, he's just hopeful about it. No, I get it, it's like... It's just, a lot of Makoto is... He's much more willing to go with things, he's a much more passive character. And for a lot of modern audiences, passive protagonists are... They kind of fallen out of favor. Like, proactive protagonists, like Hajime, are a lot more popular. Hajime is more reactive to stuff as well. He's reactive, he's proactive, he's more active in general. Like, the best description I've heard is that Hajime would have told Byakuya to go fuck himself and maybe even tried to punch him. Makoto would have fed Nagito when he was tied up. Like, Hajime would not take regular Byakuya's shit. Makoto probably would have actually sat there and fed Nagito when everything was going on there. I think that is a key difference of their characters.
Well?
But when I think about Freemasonry, my chest begins to hurt. Sounds like she's in love.
However...
It seems not many people understand this feeling of mine. Because of that, I feel quite lonely. Sometimes I feel like I could just cry. Sonia's hobbies are pretty intense.
Please wait!
However, expanding my knowledge like this is the duty of every member of the royal family. That is why I'm interested in the occult, cults, and popular dramas. She puts it like that, it sort of makes sense, but... Hajime, please think about it. Do you not agree that dismissing a different set of values due to ignorance is foolish?
How cruel.
How many foolish wars have been fought on the basis of that ignorance?
Do you have a minute?
My country is certainly no exception. We still have many unique traditions that other cultures would not truly understand. Unique traditions, huh? Reminds me, I think she mentioned one of them before. Makango? You mean Makango, right?
However...
Yes, but that is not the only one. Our country has another tradition in which you are not acknowledged as an adult until you consume a skong. They have weird animals over there. Skong? However, I think my generation should be objecting to these traditions. Although it is nice to retain purebred makongos and skongs as a symbol of high status, auctioning them to the highest bidder goes against the spirit of animal conservation. The thing she's dealing with that we don't get to see a lot of. You know, wanting to uphold her country's traditions, but also fight against the negative ones that are harming it. The new generation. There's not a lot of mention of that, just a bit. Wait, they're animals?
Please listen!
I do love that too. Like, wait, they're animals? We do not need to completely end this tradition. Should simply find new uses for makongos and skongs. They grow when they're scared and shrink when they're angered. I plan to harness the energy they release in this state. Using the knowledge of the past, we shall develop a new energy source from our old traditions. Hold on. Strange animals like that really exist in your country? Nova Selic, land of fucking cryptids, apparently. Sounds like torture energy. A little bit, yeah.
Perhaps.
Now that you mention it, constantly frightening them, but then getting them, like, puff up, then frightened so they'll shrink back down, and then they eventually puff up. I understand that it may be a difficult path.
Well?
However, I shall accomplish it by any means. Guiding my people along the right path is the duty of a ruler. And it's also another thing for her to connect to Gundam about animal conservation in her home country with these apparently unknown outside of their animals. Like, there's so many ways for their characters to interact, and yet they do very little with the two until one of them is about to die. People must believe she's a wonderful princess if she actually thinks of them like that. I believe that's true too, but in my eyes, Sonia and the Novoselic Kingdom are just full of mysteries. Port card updated. I do hope they redo some of the free time events, you know? I don't want those to stay exactly the same. Also probably horribly inefficient, because the conversion to muscular energy from food is far from 100% efficiency. Yeah. Like, realistically, the most efficient energy source we can come up with. I mean, the safe, in terms of, like, if we're going off of pure safety, everything else, hydroelectric works really, really well, because you're just turning a turbine for a thing that's already there. It's just, it's hard to make new shit to set that up. You can't exactly build a waterfall easily. I think the one at Niagara Falls builds fuckloads, but they can't make it too much bigger or else Niagara Falls won't really be there anymore. Putting way more energy into producing food that you feed those animals to make those muscular reactions. They'll probably have heart attacks soon anyway, from being scared all the time, yeah. Now, realistically, as far as energy you could put feasibly almost anywhere. Nuclear? Chernobyl meltdowns, modern designs, they can't do that. Like, it's literally just not something that can happen. Not everywhere has big waterfalls that could feasibly meet our energy demands. Yeah, that's the big problem. Like, there's not huge waterfalls you can get the energy from. It's really expensive to build that shit, and time-consuming. You kind of ruin the thing in the process of making it. Like, you can't really make a new waterfall. You need to already have a huge source of water in a high cliff. And if you have those two things, there's probably a waterfall there already. If you do it at a river, you have to dam up the river. And it's gonna fuck with the environment in who knows how many ways. You might say wind. Everywhere has wind. Not everywhere has enough wind for that, is one problem. Problem number 2, fucking birds keep flying into shit and killing themselves because they're stupid. The beautiful pie in the sky is solar. Solar requires huge fields of reflectors and collectors and huge batteries. Yeah, the real problem with solar is the batteries. Because you use way more energy at night than you do during the day, most of the time. Which means you need a battery so you can store the energy somewhere. And, batteries are one of the worst things for the environment. It's hard to establish the infrastructure, yeah. You also need so much open space. And then, yeah. But, like, realistically, if every house in a country had one solar panel on it, that'd be a huge chunk of energy. Even if it was just feeding into the power grid, that'd be a huge chunk to help. That would be useful. That's still expensive to do because solar panels are expensive as shit to make. Battery technology isn't really there. Also, yeah, they're incredibly toxic. Yeah, that too. We got nuclear. Meltdowns can't happen anymore. And we're actually pretty good at storing the shit. Now, I'll say there's definitely companies that would not store it properly, don't get me wrong. There's always the risk of, going wrong. Water cooling of nuclear reactors does pollute the water it feeds back into. If you feed the water back out, that's the thing. There's no perfect solution, sadly. Well, yeah, there's no such thing as perfection. Perfection is a lie. Like, you need to have a closed circuit of water if you're doing that. You can't reuse that water for anything else, is a big problem with nuclear. Nuclear seems to have the best promise for energy output to cost and pollution. Yeah, that is the thing. It's having the least effectiveness, because here's the thing, once you have the water, like, once you have the water to cool it, you can kind of just keep using that same water. You don't have to throw it out, really. Like, not like you have to throw out a battery eventually. You can reuse the water. Most things that are water-cooled use that same water for a really, really long time. But you still gotta get the water in the first place. And then there's the whole, everyone's so scared of nuclear because partially a smear thing. Anyway, after somewhat bridging the cultural divide between us, I return to my room. Bong bing. Holiday.
Everyone!
Keep hanging out with Sonia. I think she only has 1 or 2 left. Let me double check, actually. Yeah, just 2 left. We'll get her finished today. You know what would make a huge impact on scaling back energy pollution? Destroying AI data farms. Yeah! Like, server farms for AI. That cut it a lot. Don't worry. We were talking about this yesterday. They will die. They're dying on their own. It is happening. Let me see. Oh yeah, she'd love that. Waste so much energy. Also waste a lot of water because they need water cooling. Yeah. They also waste, fucking every part they're made of. Like gold, and platinum, and silver, and cobalt. All those important fucking metals that are a little hard to get your hands on. That you need to make proper fucking machinery. They are dying and will die, yes. We would love a Yakuza film.
Amazing!
Now then, what shall we discuss today?
I see.
Who would like to discuss friendship between men and women as depicted in Light My Heart with Fire. Yakuza. Don't go too much on it. It's a Yakuza film starring no fight scenes at all. That's apparently what makes it stick out amongst Yakuza films. Has something happened? How can you be so calm? We've been involved in this terrible situation for so long now. So how can you have such an unchanging attitude? Do you think I am a cold woman? Huh?
You're right.
It is fine, I understand. Because I see something that everyone else cannot. What is that?
Which means?
Destiny. Although I cannot allow killing under any circumstances, the lives of humans are shaped by destiny. Just because we make an effort to prevent danger does not mean we can defy destiny.
Please listen.
Besides, my life belongs to my country and its people. If I were to die, it would be for no other reason than the sake of my country and my people. If I die here, it would be meaningful to my country and my people. So, I do not fear death. The moment I was born into the royal family, I was destined not to die a meaningless death. What she's saying is so foreign to me. The words of someone who lives in a world that is completely different from my own. I guess that makes sense. You really are a princess.
Yes.
Since the day I was born. Also, this is not my first brush with death. Though the royal family has governed for many years, coups d'etats and terrorism still occur in our land. I too have been abducted twice by insurgents in the past. Twice? Abducted?
However,
if I showed my fear, it would fill my people with despair. Cute choice of words. That is why I had to wait in silence until rescue arrived. I actually think this situation is easier since I can honestly feel fear for a change. You're expected to cope without feeling fear? I know you're a princess and all, but that's still...
Please wait!
When I am in my country, I am a princess before I am a person. That may be, but... And because of that, I was truly looking forward to the visit. I thought when I came to Japan I could be a regular girl. But in the end, no matter where I go, I am nothing but a princess. And knowing she almost certainly turned her country against the world as ultimate despair, unleashed her armies, her military might, probably fucked up Europe. She cares about them this month, then as ultimate despair, she probably ruined them. Because it's the people you care about most you'll hurt first when you turned into that. Right then, I noticed that Sonia's hands were shaking. Of course she's afraid. There's no way she wouldn't be. She's just good at hiding it. Even so, still a regular girl to me. I mean, I'm not a citizen of your country, not even one of your vassals. So when it comes to myself and the others, you're just our classmate. You're a regular girl. You don't need to try so hard. Hajime. Thank you. I still couldn't stop her hands from shaking, but I definitely feel like we understand each other better. That much is certain. Port card updated. After talking about some other things for a while, parted ways with Sonia, returned to my room. Now let's go finish Sonia. Talk about with Sonia, we spend a ticket. It's fun. I didn't spend a ticket, I meant we'll hang out. I don't know why I said that. I saw the words and my brain just went to it. That happens sometimes. I think I got... Yeah, some Century Potpourri.
Surprise!
Surprise? Could this possibly be from the legend that has been passed down generation after generation?
Well,
Hajime, as I thought, you must be the person that I have been anticipating. I shall gladly take important care of this. What is she talking about? Now then, what shall we discuss today? You know.
Do you have a minute?
If it pleases you, would you like to come to my room? I am certain we will feel more relaxed there than being outside.
All right.
Come, let us go. I feel like Sonia's trying a little too hard today. Maybe something happened? For now, I decide to walk to Sonia's cottage.
I am sorry.
I have not kept this place very clean. Seems clean enough to me. Really? I do not have much experience taking care of myself, so there are still things I do not understand. Thus far, I've managed to understand how to turn on the shower. Jesus. I did not know I also had to turn it off, so I accidentally flooded the floor. Oh my god. I guess... sounds like something a princess would do. So what happened?
Huh?
What? Something happened, right? You're acting a little different than usual, so... How could you tell? I'm not sure. I could just tell by looking at you.
I am concerned.
If you can tell, I guess I cannot hide things from you. She looked a little relieved when she said that. Gave me a relaxed smile. Seems she understands she doesn't need to try so hard. I had a nightmare. Nightmare. A nightmare where something dreadful had happened. I was unable to return to my homeland. And when I woke up, I felt extremely scared and... I want to go home.
I don't want this anymore.
I want to go home right now. I want to go back to my homeland where my family and people are waiting for me. She understands how to do things which will shame her and make her never be queen, apparently. Oh god, that scene, like... I will never... like, I did such obscene things in front of that camera. Byakuya. Trying to be comforting, but failing immensely. You... sure did. Yeah. Just... you... like... you know they took turns watching the camera feed. Just looking for some way they could... because they had to be so worried. How often do you think it was Byakuya on the end just... dear God, woman. Like she knows people are watching and wants us to see it. Top 1 Byakuya moments. It's probably the best one in the series, yeah. Just, you sure did. Aquila was dead on. I think Byakuya had to get up and call Kyoko when she started doing that. Just, Kyoko? Kyoko, please. Any female staff here. For the love of God, not me. Kyoko, I cannot shame myself by watching a woman in this debauchery. Get over here. I do still feel like you hit the nail on the head with that delivery. It's like he was looking for words to try to assuage her concerns even a little, but quickly gave up, realizing this is not my domain. There is nothing I can say to help that. You did. Yeah, you. That. It was. Ooh. I love never saying exactly what it was, but we all know what it was. On paper. I'm sure she did some more extreme things based on her personality. As she shouted, Sonia collapsed and... Whoa, Sonia! Managed to catch her before she hit the ground. She was crying. Sobbing and scared out of her wits like a normal girl. Right now, she's finally acting normal. This is really good. That she has someone she feels like she can not be a princess in front of. She's always got to have that princess aura. She can't ever show she's feeling everything. She's been holding it in for so damn long. Don't look around too hard in there, Hajime. You don't want to think about what she could fit in there among her furniture. Yeah, you might find things you don't want to remember or know. In colors you never envisioned, I'm sure, as well. I held her and patiently waited for her to stop trembling. Aww. A little hug. You alright now? Yes, I feel much better thanks to you. My energy seems to have returned somewhat. Though her eyes were still a little red, Sonia finally showed me her smile. Hajime, I finally realized what you are. You completely match the description of the legendary hero passed down in my country. Alright, we're taking another hard left turn. Say what? The legend goes like this. The hero wears a white shirt and possesses an antenna that can sense danger. Okay, the white shirt is weirdly specific, and the antenna is also odd. With a face lacking distinguishing characteristics, hurtful, he shall bring light to the tropical island. Way too specific to be a coincidence at this point. Are you serious?
Well?
There is no mistake. The legend must be speaking of you, Hajime. You wear a white shirt just like the legend says. And your hair looks like an antenna. And your face is completely unremarkable. Hurtful. Please stop it already.
Please listen!
According to legend, the hero will stand alongside the princess and freely swing the golden makango. Hajime does have an antenna, yeah. Two, in fact. Makango is an animal, right? Really okay to swing around a living creature?
Amazing!
Then, the legend says they will establish something resembling order and prosperity to the kingdom. Resembling? Wait, no actual order and prosperity? Just a resemblance? After all this time, Hajime...
So, you were my destined one.
Yeah, you do remember what the Makango is about, right? You do remember it's also sex, right? Swing the golden one with the princess. That's totally not it.
See?
Hajime, when we safely escape this island, please come with me to the Novoselic Kingdom.
Easy as pie!
And then, when the time comes, let us capture the golden Makango. Like, yeah, let's be real. She is saying she wants to fuck Hajime. If you do, you will be formally acknowledged as the legendary hero. Hell yeah, Hajime, yeah. Hajime, maybe keep this between the two of you. Kazuichi might actually wrench you in the back of the head if he finds out about this. You'll be able to rule the Novoselic Kingdom alongside me. Does that mean... But life like that doesn't sound so bad. No, actually, it sounds awesome!
Alright!
However, you might need to study a bit more before you can become my husband and the king of Novoselic. Oh, she said it. This is like Mikoto becoming Byakuya's manservant for billions of dollars, except you get a hot princess wife. Which seems a lot better. You'll need to know 30 foreign languages, economics, international law, diagnostic medicine. How am I supposed to do all that? I'll be an old man before I'm finished. Funny story, Hajime. The second you step out of here, you will know all of those things. Did they do this shit on purpose? Izuru Kamakura could do all that shit with his goddamned eyes closed. Let us do our very best. Anyway, I'm glad Sonia feels better now. Sure, everyone else won't feel like their usual selves if they don't see Sonia's smile. Feel a strong bond with Sonia. As long as I have this bond, I'll never give up. Swear I'll leave this island with everyone. Hajime is the knower. A royal affair. Achievement for filling out that, and envious influence. And her undergarments. Hajime is too afraid. I'm down to clown. Which language do I start with? After listening to Sonia's plans for the future, return to my room.
Dun dun. Everyone, it's nighttime.
What you got? Jabakroke? Alright. Yeah, we're filling this out nicely. Time. From Could fill out someone else I'm partial on, and I think I have enough time to. Yeah, it's interesting. Literally anything I've said anyone in this series can do, Izuru Kamakura can do it at least slightly better. Probably way better, but at least slightly. We have enough glue. We need knives. Kitty! Open my hands. YouTube bumped up. He's like that song, anything you can do, I can do better. But he sings all the lines, because he can do anything anyone can do better. Yeah, in fact, he can even, he could even perfectly recreate it, because he's also got imposter's abilities where he can imitate anyone's voice. So maybe Nagito's luck. Seems he can't do it better, if nothing else. No, he can do it better, because, officially, he has Nagito's luck ability, but without the downswings. He just has the good portion of it. So yes, he just has it, but better. Yeah. He has no bad luck moments. He just doesn't get that terrible downside to it. Pretty sure Nagito would kill for that. Hell, Nagito's killed for less, what am I saying? Maybe he does, but his other abilities allow him to evade the problems they cause anyway. No, from what I've found, he just straight up doesn't have that aspect of it. Now, I would say the one person whose luck he doesn't have is Makoto's unpredictable luck, where no amount of talent or analysis can tell you when his luck will strike, because it's just fully random. Okay, weird thing. In island mode, he walks in front of this sign, because they put it on the wrong layer, somehow. Same with this tree. Maybe this isn't an island mode thing, this might be a weird glitch that's just happening right now. Probably be happier if he did have Nagito's bad luck swinging, because it would be unpredictable. Actually, no, Nagito's bad luck is also still predictable. Kamakura can still predict when Nagito's bad luck will strike. And even how. That's the problem. Nagito's, like, because Junko can predict how it works. That means Kamakura can as well. Damn, yeah. He'd just know how it would work and be able to completely counteract it. Even if it did, like, boy, Kamakura can't have shit. Really can't. He just predicts everything, but he can still live a happy life. Nagito would kill for that. Nagito would live for that. Yeah, that's probably a better way of saying it. Nagito would go through the pain of being alive for that. Alright, let's get Gundam, the character who, if you want the game to be easy, you really should friend up. Cat is really knocking my hands around by trying to be in my lap. Probably end up going slightly over, but I also had a lot of off time today, so it's fine.
Let's make history.
Now then, it's time for me to make my next move. Even I can be bored to death.
Fine.
So, are you going to entertain me, fiend? Spend time with Gundam today, quizzing each other about animals. Give him a gift. Let me quick double check over here. Bum, 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 bum. I think I have some sunflower seeds. He likes feeding those to his Dark Davis. No, I'm out of sunflower seeds. Okay, what else do we have? Still have some of the crushed evil earrings, I think. Yeah, a bunch of those.
You fiend.
You're rather nice.
Be happy!
As long as this treasure is within my grasp, I will never forget this day.
I can see it!
Don't get any closer. I already know what you're thinking. What do you know that even I don't know?
So you have appeared.
Now then, summon your familiar. No, I don't have anything like that.
You fiend.
You've come challenging me many times. I thought you finally obtained at least one familiar. Just as I thought. You are just a mere human. A strange one at that. Despite what he's saying, Gundam doesn't seem all that annoyed. Is he opening up to me a little?
How pitiful.
However, you probably don't understand how pointless this place is for a demon beast tamer. Now that you mention it, even though there's a tropical island, I don't really see any wild animals.
Fine.
If this place really was a normal tropical island, I wouldn't have time to talk to you so freely. Many beasts inhabit the thick forests. There may even be rare species that only exist in this island. Just thinking about it makes me tingle. He's smiling right now. You know, I'm noticing something. Gundam also wears a white shirt, and has kind of an antenna as well. Bringing light to the tropical island is another story, but... you know? I suppose Nagito also fits that description if you really think about it. A lot of antennae and white-shirted people here. Seem to recall seeing a cow at the ranch.
Let me tell you this.
I'm not interested in some domesticated animal. Hi, Bathwater. Space without the scar is painted one is pretty normal. Yeah, no, the scar is like a, it is makeup. Don't get it twisted. And he is wearing, I think he's just wearing one contact lens. I'm not sure which eye it is. I assume the red one. Sacrificed his life to save everyone on the island and bring them closer to being free. Yeah, I guess that would be bringing light to the island. Though maybe Gundam's the destined hero instead. You gotta act quicker than that, Gundam. You make contact with my lens? You touch my glasses, I will kill you. You get your dirty-ass fingerprints on my glasses, smudge them up, I will break you. Okay? I had a feeling you'd say that.
Fall, my tears.
After all, I cannot look at it without feeling pity. So want to touch a relic of one of your heroes? Come on, Bathwater. Huh? Naito's death brought down the traitor, prevented another actual death, and brought them to graduation. Albeit not entirely intentionally. Does bringing down the traitor actually prevent another death? Did account for the possibility it could happen, but it wasn't exactly where he was aiming. I don't know. I think arguing that that prevented another death is iffy. Nagito doesn't have a normal face. That's actually another problem. Nagito does not have an unremarkable face. Gundam, I think, without all his stuff on, probably would, but with the stuff on, I suppose he doesn't have an unremarkable face. So I guess it kind of does have to be Hajime. It ended the class trials, which means no one else had to die? Well, you're missing the part that it being the last class trial was basically a coincidence. Monokuma was going to do it at that point no matter what. The class trials barely mattered. Like, Jackie being a program doesn't really count as a death. It still does. In fact, it counts more as a death than the others because she can't come back. Like, she's already dead? The AI... Okay, you need to realize AIs still have souls in this universe. Don't count machines as people? Danganronpa disagrees with you. Even Alter Ego Junko is considered an entity with a unique soul. In fact, Alter Ego Junko is, like, yeah, not a real person. She was never alive. She had no opportunity to be free. Danganronpa disagrees with you. She was a person with a soul. All characters in the show, in the series, agree that that version of Chiaki is a person, unquestionably. That AI was a person. She had her own wants and desires. There was one specific thing she wasn't allowed to do, and she didn't do it. Look at it this way. The program had to end, so Chiaki had to die no matter what. Right, just like Alter Ego, Fujisaki's Alter Ego has to die. Because it's part of the program, too. It's not as if the AI can be moved out of the program, ever. Like the one that was moved into the program. Can't believe Danganronpa supports clankers. Jeez. That's a bit unexpected.
How pitiful.
Such creatures are born to be eaten by humans. Even if I had the all-seeing eye, I couldn't change that fate. Thus, I try not to involve myself with livestock. It would bring a calamity onto my mind, after all. He can't get attached to farm animals because he knows they're going to be slaughtered. Gundam understands the feelings of animals. This must be a complicated subject for him.
This body is uncooperative.
I appear to be getting oddly sentimental since I haven't encountered any new demon beasts. I've tamed various creatures such as the Cerberus, the Phoenix, and even the Midgard Serpent. Probably means dogs, birds, and lizards. Gundam is like the deep. Less weird? I'll be real, I haven't watched The Boys, so I don't know too much about that. Not a bleeding heart, unlike my love. Say tamed, what exactly does that entail? I guess it's fine to tell a mere human. I don't believe that you'll get in my way.
Listen well.
Basically, you must say, good girl, good girl. Huh? You must repeatedly speak to them and make sure they understand that there is no ill will on our end. In order to do that, you need to appear innocent.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Of course, there are some who like to be touched, and some that don't. It's better if you keep these basics down.
It appears you cannot escape.
Afterward, as long as you spend a long time together. Stream suffering? I don't have any dropped frames. No. It's all good on my end. The inevitable bathwater comment. Is happening? Okay, let me double look on... Yeah, my bitrate's all going fine. Fine for me. It's not that you don't feel for Chiaki, but she was always going to expire with this program. That was her purpose. Alter Ego was a freestanding AI. Chiaki existed to fulfill this specific function. It's not stated anywhere that there was no way to keep her around. She believed that, but... Let's be real. Do you think Makoto's bleeding heart would let her just snap away? Be real. Chiaki thought she was expendable. She wasn't. Afterward, as long as you spend a long time together, you'll eventually start to hear your partner's words. Pretty sure that only happens to ultimate breeders. Also, is there actual proof in DR that AI have souls? Do they ever, like, ascend to heaven? According to canon, Alter Ego Junko is in heaven, because all AIs do apparently go to the Danganronpa heaven. Even Alter Ego Junko got to go to heaven. Because she didn't actually really have a choice in what she was doing. She just kind of was what she was. That's some bullshit? A little bit, yeah. A little bit. But that's apparently the afterlife rules in this series. They all go to heaven. In Danganronpa, apparently, yes. All AIs get to go to heaven. All Tojis go to heaven. I've seen those videos. Like, you shot me! Gundam seems different from usual when he talks about animals. Somehow his face feels his face seems gentler. He must really love animals. Yeah, I love animals too. I got my kitty with me. He does not like being picked up, but he does like getting in my lap anyway.
Fine.
Now then. I wonder if there are evil demon beasts that will rile me up on this island somewhere. Monokuma and Monami are sort of shaped like animals?
I renounce you!
They are no good! Anything that can talk will eventually betray you. Yeah, see? I mentioned earlier, I felt like Kazuichi and Gundam could actually get along decently well if Kazuichi got over himself a little. Ever rub your cats with your feet? Yeah, my cat likes rubbing up on my feet with his head. Speaking of AI, hope you all enjoyed the stupid AI Danganronpa video you posted. Oh man, I just didn't have time to watch it today. I was very busy. And another part of me wants to see all this stuff. Because only ethical use of AI is the new rebirth of Danganronpa YouTube poop. Here's the thing, like, using AI for meme shit, for like voice meme shit, I really don't mind. But then there's also an art to the actual YouTube poop thing. Because I've seen some good ones, surprisingly. Anything that can talk will eventually betray you, or as Kazuichi said, aren't humans creatures that betray one another? It's a weird point of contact these two have. Also think it's pretty cool used for voice lines in Marwin. Yeah. Remember when AI was new and people thought it was kind of cool, like with AI Dungeon?
How pitiful.
Yeah, and then every company in the world thought, oh cool, I don't have to pay artists anymore, I can do this instead. I don't have to pay creative types, we'll do this, and that'll make us the same amount of money, or even more. We just have to put the money into this, and then we'll never have to put money in again. And then it all sucked, and everyone refused to engage with the ones who did that, so they just lost money on it. So, now they're in a pickle. Most importantly, they aren't cute. Was and is potentially a cool tool, has been thoroughly ruined by idiots. YouTube poops are an art people think died out 10 years ago. People hate even the cool uses of AI? Yeah. They aren't cute. I agree. I don't plan to betray you at all. Such exaggerations coming from a mere human like you. However, it's a nice line. Like, weird catchphrase, I hope they use it more in 2x2. That's a good line. Gundam left the area with a different smile on his face than usual. Hope we'll be able to understand each other, even if it's just a little bit at a time. Report card. We're just so sick and tired of AI, especially the ones that tried to lie to you about it. That's another thing about, like, the kind of low-effort meme AI. You always know, like, it's honest. It's the ones that try to hide it that are the real scumbags, it feels like, you know? Disagree. Hope it remains something he only says once while fighting Nekomaru. There's a real punch that he only shows that amount of respect there. I don't know. I mean, even here, he's used it twice already. I think it's a good aspect of his character. I think it coming up during a class trial should be very rare. Does this really count, though? I suppose not, but... it also does get... something's glitchy about the placements in island mode. I don't know why that happens.
Give him a present.
Boredom earrings, I forgot the number of. What are they? 31. I'm glad these things are numbered. Great work, my servant. Sure is weirdly convenient how they all just stand in a row there. I guess. It is said 5 valuable assets exist in the world. You have my gratitude for discovering one of them. Thank you.
You fiend.
Hold it if you come any closer. I know, I won't get close to you.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It appears you finally noticed. The blood that flows within me bears a fearsome curse. Dark Days, yeah. They just show up when he very genuinely says, thank you. Of course it does. I'm used to this.
How pitiful.
When it's like friend time, Hajime will yes and them a little bit where it's necessary. In the trials, he will, no, I'm not yes-anding that. Like, I'm staying on fucking task. Ever since I was young, this body of mine was exposed to so many poisons that it became poisonous itself. If a mere human like you ever touched me, you will immediately decompose and wither away. Thus, I've been trying to make sure you don't get too close to me. Does that mean you've been thinking of me? Don't get ahead of yourself. Even if you're just a foolish human, I'm not so cruel as to yearn for a meaningless death. I assume that he's blushing. Dark Davis whenever Gundam has a normal social interaction. He says his blood is poison. What would be the advantage of that?
Silence.
It's not an issue of gains and losses. I became like this because I had to. I have to be like this even if I don't want to be. I've been putting poison in my body ever since I was young. Sounds somewhat plausible. Could it be... I know the answer to this. Which one do you guys think it is? His mom's an awful cook. Your mother's cooking bad? Yeah. I think it's some advantages. Crap, I was only joking, but it sounds like that was exactly it. Like,
Impossible!
You wouldn't understand how much pain I had to endure. Plus, that woman would cry if I didn't finish my plate. What choice did I have but to suffer in silence? He's used to eating shitty food because his mom was really bad at cooking, but he couldn't stand her crying if he didn't eat everything. Don't you feel better now that you've talked about it? I mean, you're actually a really kind guy. It's such a fun part of his character. He turned like, he can eat terrible food and just stick with it, so he says he has poison resistance to the point he can poison other people. He let a weird aspect of his character feed into his Chuny mindset. Mom sounds a little emotionally unstable, which tracks, I guess. I mean, you think an emotionally stable household produces this?
That was close.
Anyway, now that you understand, you shouldn't come any closer to me. Know that if you ever touch me, it would mean death for you. But it's really lonesome. That's why you say it tracks, yeah. Gundam, can I ask you something?
Fine.
If you have the fortitude to ask me that. Didn't even say anything yet. When you were in grade school, you ever hold hands with any of the other kids? It's obvious now, but at the time I was faking my condition. By moving next to the teacher who served me, I was able to avoid questions and survive without any problems. He's also really, really introverted. You would have to fight the urge to touch him. you ever have to do a folk dance?
Impossible!
You don't understand. That is the ceremony for summoning evil deities. Fortunately, the school nurse was in the same tribe as me, so I was able to leave without getting involved. I see. Might have been bad of me to point out something so unnecessary. I don't know what to say to him anymore. Then what kind of people are okay to get close to you? Slave Master Ka? Is that the name he's gonna have now? Commanded you to see if you own Left 4 Dead. Did he say Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2? Because one of those is better. I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 just can... Okay. I have it. What kind of people are okay to get close to you? Anyone whose power matches my own, or... No, there's no way such a being exists. You should just forget about that. For your sake. With those words, Gundam walked away. Seemed very lonely. Oh, your friends have a Slave Master title? And Ruka's is Slave Master Ka. What's mine? What was he going to say? He just told me, and maybe I could have done something about it. If I had, maybe he wouldn't have shouted nonsense at me. Dun, dun, ding. With him, you can add some flair.
I'm gonna do that twice as much today.
Work. Just Slave Master Fish? What, you can't think of anything more interesting for me? Hurt my feelings. Yep. Fishmonger? Oh yeah, restores consciousness. Hyper energy! Yeah, save it to also use as a heal. Right, I have enough... I do not have enough knives, actually, now. Everybody go knife collecting. Unless you're a cleaner, actually. Default is Slave Master Name. Well, do better than Slave Master Name. Not good enough. Alright. This, I think, will be Gundam's last one. And then I'll probably call stream. Yes, Slave Monger, I mean Fishmonger.
Let's make history.
Present. Earring of Crushed Evil. Doesn't seem like his usual self. Even your girlfriend is a slave master, even though she doesn't like it. You think it's funny. It is pretty funny. Why do you keep following me? In truth, there's no way I'd ever associate with someone like you.
Impossible!
Ill. Why do you continue to hound me? Does this mean my absolute mental defenses are wearing off? I don't know what you think this is, but we're friends who are working together to escape.
What?
What the? He seized up all of a sudden.
I won't let you!
Settle down, my wicked arm. Are you Kotodama user? You wish to manipulate me with false words and cheap tricks, don't you? I'm not trying to manipulate you at all. In fact, you're the one who said I'm just a mere human with no special abilities whatsoever. Is Liquid's arm? Yeah. You wouldn't understand. I'm in isolation for a reason. There will never be a day when you understand why I became who I am.
I'll destroy you!
I'm the offspring of an angel and a devil. A curse being shunned and rejected by everything in this world. With no special abilities. Foreshadowing. It was kind of the reserve course foreshadow, yeah. Once I lose the only thing I love, I'm destined to spend my last days being devoured alive by demon beasts.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
Truly, I am mankind's natural foe. Evil incarnate, a walking cataclysm, a shapeless insanity. Gundam Tanaka! Sounds like his normal self, but there's definitely something different about him. Might be a kernel of truth hidden in the words he just spoke. It's true, I don't know anything about what drove you to this point. I definitely believe that you're my friend. If I didn't think that, I wouldn't be able to go on. That's it. That's the only reason. As long as you're my friend, I have no desire to take anything away from you and try to force you to change.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It seems that I completely misread you. I never expected a human like you to contain a singularity. He has the animal friend perk? He's got tier 2 of it, yeah. Have I been promoted from a mere human? You asked me the other day what sort of existence would be capable of touching me.
So you have appeared.
The answer to that is the singularity. A being who can make the impossible possible by overcoming various limitations. Am I really that amazing?
You fiend.
Don't get ahead of yourself. A simple creature like you does not have that much power.
I have not unleashed even half of my power yet.
However, I can lend you my powers, as long as you yearn for them. I'll leave this to you.
What?
For you to say that so easily. Nekomaru's gotta have high strength, endurance, and charisma. Pretty low intelligence, though. Not dog shit, but decently low. You're attributing Fallout terms to DANGANRONPA characters. Can lend you my powers. Foreshadowing.
Fine.
Well, who cares? Lend me your hand. Stuck out my hand like he told me to do. After some hesitation, Gundam slowly gripped my hand. His hand felt like a normal person's hand. Definitely didn't wither away and die.
With this, the contract is complete. I will not allow you to die without my permission.
I really want to say that to him too, but he'll definitely yell at me if I do. Instead, I gripped Gundam's hand so tightly it started hurting. Yep, foreshadowing. Gundam wouldn't let any of them die without his permission. Wouldn't let them just starve to death.
Yeah.
Somehow it became a battle of endurance, but felt a strong bond between Gundam and me. Which reminds me, it's been a long time since I felt so happy being acknowledged by someone. Yeah, so we don't know exactly why Gundam acts the way he does. It seems to just kind of be a coping mechanism to some extent. Oh yeah, and his skill, Infinity Unlimited Flame. Are they, you know... Oh, and this part too. Gundam's undergarments. They look a little weird to you? Gundam spent all day teaching me to use that ability. Time I returned to my room, I was exhausted. Dong, ding, ding. That's the Usami toilet. Yeah, I forgot to look at some of these. Ibuki's undergarments. Ibuki's favorite panties. These Harajuku-style panties perfectly capture Ibuki's cheeriness. Do they? Kodo have a 5 and everything because he's so average? Kind of? The thing is... not quite. I think he actually would have some points in charisma, because he's a very likable person. And I think he'd have some stuff in intelligence. He's actually pretty short, so I think his endurance would be a little lower than 5. And Fallout luck is not literal luck. Because Fallout luck is actually like pattern recognition stuff. Like, I would say Junko is a luck 10 character. Because she is great at analysis and recognizing patterns and the like. Like, actual just random luck is not measured in the Fallout system. Thinking too much about this? Nah, it's fun. Sonia's undergarments. Favorite regal undergarments. The modest lace conveys an air of refined sophistication. And Gundam's. Gundam's favorite invisible underwear. You can't tell if it's really there or not. Apparently humans with low astral vision cannot see it. The Emperor's new clothes, for sure. But we're going to save there. Yes, I know, Kitty. I know, Kitty. We're gonna have to call it here, I'm sorry to say. No, I'm not your love. Save that for your actual love. Yes, I'm gonna keep up island mode, keep talking to the people we want to talk to, don't get it twisted. Not every time luck has been described in Fallout, it's described as actual luck, not pattern recognition. You look into it in friggin' New Vegas. We'll talk about this more later. I have to end the show. Anyway, stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming to the game. You didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.